Bulbasaur.
1.
Squirtle. Squirtle. Bulbasaur.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite wrestling podcast. It is the Monday Night Wave, baby. And we back. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It wasn't supposed to be as long, but it is, and it happened. So deal with it, I guess. I don't know.
The hell you gonna do about it?
Cookie? I don't know. I go by Jet, aka the Lonely One, aka Pod Break Kid, Misrespected Jumpers in the building. But I'm not going to take up too much time on this intro. You know why? Because we finally have the three of us here today. It's a glorious day when everybody shows up to work. It's amazing to be here. It just feels like such a weight has been like lifted off.
All right, y'all keep talking around. I'm gonna leave early. I'm gonna leave early.
We call you. You are the Roman of our shield. You're gorgeous.
You right.
You don't show up to work. You gorgeous.
I show up to work.
You show up to.
He do.
I show up to my dates. Show up to my time. Cut my promo and I'll leave.
And written those cars.
We can't call him the well, we can't say that word no more. It's copyrighted. But he's back, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into that, I gotta pass it off to the man, the one, the only. 4 letters, 1 word. Mr. Rowe, take it away from here.
He is the wild card. He is the king of gorgeous. He is Mr. Sexy Ass Lottery. His name is 4 letters, 1 word.
You're not supposed to wear stupid after Labor Day.
His name is Hero, and I am he, and I am glad to be back, baby! And like Loner said, obviously DT is here as well. Fresh from Atlanta, fresh from Hotlanta. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the prophetic oracle. I think we can do, if we put both of those together, I think we can do that. Yeah. Dwayne Tyrannosaurus.
Lemon Pepper DT.
Did you just say Dwayne Tyrannosaurus?
Dwayne Tyrannosaurus.
It's your boy, the third Mike DT, the OTC of the Monday Night Wave podcast, and we are back. There's a lot of doors that could be chosen, some forbidden. We're gonna look at all of them.
Yeah, and don't keep that damn door open. You letting all the AC out. But before we get into that, how was Atlanta?
I don't know. I didn't go to Atlanta.
That's wild because I definitely remember you FaceTiming me and telling me that you were going to join the 40 and up football league. And then when I was like, yo, you're not 40, you looked at me, you was like, yeah, I know. It's the perfect plan.
If I ever catch DT out there in the 37U, I will get on the field and pull this nigga off. There ain't no way you should be out there.
He told me he was quarterbacking for the Lemon Pepper Wets, and I believed him. So
quarterbacking for the Lemon Pepper Wets is hilarious. Quarterbacking for the Lemon Pepper Wets.
Jesus Christ.
That's good. That's funny. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. This is going to be our Forbidden Door episode, y'all. So don't expect, the weekly breakdown. Yeah, let's talk about Forbidden Door. But before we get into that, we got some news that we kind of skipped over last week that we're going to give some air, some spotlight here. Start with the lighthearted news first. First off, congratulations to everybody who is, welcoming a child in their life. Congrats to Cody and his daughter. I believe they had a girl, him and Brandy. And then also congrats to Mark Briscoe for the birth of his son, I believe, as well. Mm-hmm. And then a huge shout out, because we missed it last week, to Naomi. News finally broke last week that Naomi was expecting a child. Her and Big Jim, a lot of Netflix and chilling. Her words, not mine. Yeah. I'm glad that this was the news, right? Because the news could have been a lot worse. And beforehand, the episode we talked about it, we were like, we didn't know yet because there has been history. So I'm happy for her to, finally fulfill that not goal, but that life dream.
Well, I think it was a
Um,
goal. I think it was a goal per se for her or them, because
yeah,
I think we did talk about it on the episode. Like she had an interview before the heel turn, where she was talking about trying to have a baby soon, and the clock was
and
ticking type of thing. So
all the
I would say
surgeries
I
and
would
whatnot
say
that
it's
she's
a
went
goal.
through, so congratulations to them. Um, yeah, she's gonna be out a good what she said, 9 months or some change.
Yeah,
She gonna come back whether or not with the baby in her arm. All right, which was a fire promo. We gotta give a shout out to that. Like, that promo was great,
the
very
promo was amazing.
emotional. Um, I love the fact of her. I think she had said something like, she was yelling at Pierce. She was like, "My hormones are raging. You need to get the hell out of this ring." And I was like, "Yeah, I fuck with this. This is
Yeah.
fire." Um, yeah, we're gonna pass it off to the rest of y'all. How do y'all feel about it? What's y'all thoughts? Anybody? Mr. Fucking
DT, you can
Kids?
go first. You've
Maybe.
been you've been going the
You the
longest.
second mic. Go. You the second mic,
Okay,
nigga.
okay. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for them. I still, a part of me selfishly, at least 2%, wish this could have been a couple months later, just a couple months. But I can't.
Nigga, asshole, bro.
I'm an
God
asshole.
damn, man.
I said
Yeah.
just 2% of me. But again, like we said on the last episode, like DT told me in private, like we don't know how long they've been trying, so I mean, maybe this is a year overdue for all we know, as far as what their relationship goes and what their goals were. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, happy for them. It's going to be hard for her to come back as a heel, but I hope she does come back as a heel, because her promo was still very heelish. Like, even with all the cheers, like, again, like, it was an amazing promo. Like, this character, this version of her is amazing. And so that's why I was like, selfishly, I was like, man, I don't want to see her, like, because she's, besides Seth and Io, like, she's was one of the most entertaining things on TV for a while. But life happens, and as Dr. Ian Malcolm says, life, it finds a way, and it found its way, and I'm happy for them. So congratulations to Big Jim, and Naomi.
The bloodline continues. Throw your ones up. I don't think this will ever end. Which is kind of funny to think about. But in terms of what I gotta say, one word, 5 letters. Ski. Shout out to Big Jim.
Wow.
Congratulations. They did their thing. I'm happy for it.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna just keep my shirt in plastic, which is crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, because my shirt, the Naomi shirt, arrived the day she cut the promo. Like, this shit arrived at like 3:00. She cut the promo at 5. So I just kept my shit in the plastic and tossed it in the drawer. So in about 9 months and some change, I'm gonna pull the shirt out.
Yeah. And the shirt was dope too. I did like the shirt. I remember you sent that. In closing, it was dope to see, like, the Baby Uso chants were really dope. The "You Deserve It" chants. You can tell it's a very emotional promo for her, and like, it was so hard for her to stay in character. But she made it happen, and that was a great moment. Getting out of that, we also found out that the Peacock deal is no more. WrestlePalooza is starting on ESPN September 20th. And that came out of left field. It seems to me like, I believe there was a couple shows in there that kind of fulfilled the contract for Peacock. I believe one of it was like Evolution, another night of SummerSlam. Like, there's a couple dates that added more shows, and I guess fulfilled the contract from what I've been reading. I did see that YouTube TV doesn't have access to the PLE just yet, so it will just be on ESPN's DTC service.
And our cable, if you
Yeah,
have the cable.
and or cable, and or cable. So yeah, that $30 is coming up instantaneously within the next month or so. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
Well,
Like
first things.
I don't know.
My bad.
No, go ahead.
First things first. I need people to stop saying use. I don't even want to say the 3 letters. Just,
Yeah,
you don't think that they're gonna find a way to block that? Like,
please stop.
just
Stop
shut the fuck
airing
up.
that shit out.
Like
Please.
everybody, that's all everybody is saying. Oh, use this, do this, bro. You don't think they're gonna try to get their money? It's America, and clearly TKO is trying to get their money with everything they're doing. They will. There's a way to make one. There's a way to stop one. So
For sure.
I need people to stop posting about it on the internet. Stop being stupid with as far as that goes. But I guess I'm excited.
Well,
to watch
you know, I do have a counter to that because in that same vein, we did see one Miss Stephanie McMahon also advertise said 3-letter word. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Hey, you can watch it on Netflix,
Yeah,
like
But
the rest of the world."
But guess what? That's we're telling you where to go. So you can come here.
Yeah, Peekaboo VPN.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid?
No, Peekaboo VPN. We did it on the show already. Peekaboo.
Yeah.
Use code WAV.
Jesus Christ, don't do that. Anywho, yeah. So like it was funny because when she did that, I was like, wait, this is counterproductive to tell people to go do this while we also are, trying to get this television money too, But hey, do your thing. Do your thing.
I think that was like her subconscious, because she knows who her dad is and she knows who her mom is, and I think that was like a subconscious part of her morals. But like, yo, if y'all need to save $30, go to a VPN. I think that was like, I think it was. Hey, they could have edited. They could have edited it out. They didn't.
We'll see what's happening in about 6 months. Because ESPN gonna come and knock it and be like, "Hey, where's all the traffic you guys said you were gonna bring?" As soon as that happens, in this clause in this deal, you are not bringing this many viewers. We'll see what the fuck happens. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wonder if her subconscious said that to her in the voice of RFK. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey, give me Hunter Biden's subconscious. I can't even talk about crack. I can't.
Nigga, passionate.
I mean, that shit sounds so cool. Like, bro, you can't be. Why are you saying this on TV?
He was talking about it. He was talking about it so well and in such detail that Pusha T retweeted it and was like, "Damn."
Like, bro, he called this shit euphoric. Euphoric experience. Well, nigga, euphoric?
Hell of an album rollout.
Yeah, that was a crazy album rollout, yo. Getting back to the WrestlePalooza. Okay, September 20th. We already know what's going on. Same day. It's this show, well, the WWE show is going to be headlined by, I'm assuming, John Cena and Yellow Diamonds look like PP. How DT didn't catch the.
Oh. Are you like trying not to say his name? You treating that nigga like Voldemort?
I was trying to, but you know.
It's
okay.
We can keep doing it. We still ain't said it. It just took me a minute.
Do we think that like this is gonna be like what kind of impact or draw we're expecting here? We see that they're bringing back Pat McAfee for like the announcing that day as well. Because they're expecting some big spectacle. And this is the second PLE in Indy, right? Rumble was in Indy too, right? That was this year, right?
Okay. Yeah. And they're going to get something in a couple of years too. Like I think they're already supposed to get a Mania or a SummerSlam or something that's already like set in stone.
They were.
I think it was SummerSlam. Yeah,
they were set for 3 shows.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've been to Indy. There's not much going on. So, like, a lot of houses are boarded up. You know, all they got is downtown and Lucas Oil.
So
um,
all they got is downtown and Lucas
hey,
Oil. Fuck.
I've been there. I can say that. But yeah,
Mhm.
so it hasn't. So I'll say this. So before, like, a single match has not been announced for this card yet, and it's already almost sold out. So that's saying one thing, right? It's
Mhm.
rumored to be the Voldemort versus Cena for the main event, which obviously is going to put a bunch of eyes. You know, that's going to get a bunch of views. We don't know if it's what time it's going to be, so it might not be full on full counter programming. Um,
You can say
it
it.
might be it might be at a different time, just like how Heat Wave and Forbidden Door was at a different time. Like people were just like, oh, they're counter program. Like Heat Wave came on way after Forbidden Door, but also Forbidden Door was out of the country, so it was earlier. So yeah, I mean, we don't know what it's going to look like. We know the WWE show is going to be shorter, so you know, like if you want to watch All Out live, that's fine. You can watch WWE later. Most people, honestly, I feel like my whole thing with the counter programming thing, real quick, is that when it comes to like when it comes to fans of actual like both shows, there's not that much layover. Like there's not a lot of people that truly love both shows. Like you have
Correct.
your diehard sickos, you have your diehard fed people or whatever, e-drones, whatever you guys want to call them. There's not a lot of like, oh, like besides people like us, podcasters or just like real nerds. There's not a lot of people that are going to watch both shows in the same night or even just back to back or just in the same week in general. So that's another reason I have a whole thing about counter program because it's like this one thing has its own set base and this other thing has its own set base and there's not that much crossover. People are going to watch what they want to watch and they're going to watch what they want to
True.
like what they enjoy the most. It's only going to be people like us that have to like figure out how do we watch uh, almost 10 hours of wrestling in one day or in a 1 week or whatever. But yeah, and saying all that, I think I don't know. Until we know the card, like I don't know. Like it's just a this could be another Saturday night main event for all we know. You know, which another piggyback. That's officially going to be on Peacock. That's not going to be on the channels anymore. So Cena's retirement, shout out to Goldberg. It's actually going to be on the app. You don't have
That's
to
a
worry about
terrible
watching it on
idea, by
TV.
the way.
You don't have
That's
to
a
worry about
terrible
watching it on
idea.
TV.
Just okay.
I think they want to. I don't think they want to treat Cena what they did to Goldberg. I think that's why they kind of doing the
That's
switch up.
that's also fucked up too, because it's like, oh,
Yeah,
Cena's not gonna get his shit cut off. Wild. Anywho,
yeah, Cena.
we're gonna touch on two
Yeah, we'll
different
touch it.
things here.
I said a
The
lot.
times
Yeah.
have came out for the shows. WrestlePalooza starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All Out starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so they're about an hour away from each other. To go back to the counter program, while you are correct, every promotion has their set audience. You're right. Nobody's really truly going to cross over like that, because whatever you're going to watch, you're going to choose to watch whatever you want anyway. That being said, though, in the same vein of like ESPN, or not ESPN, but the NFL doing Christmas games, did that not hurt the NBA? It did, right? So like, as strong as I want to say, like, oh, it doesn't matter. Business is business. Stepping on toes is still stepping on toes, whether we would like to admit it or not. Because like that Christmas, I remember that Christmas was not. Nobody talked about the NBA. It was Patrick Mahomes and Netflix and everything, and then Beyonce came out. Like it was GG's for the NBA. So while that. Yes, you are gonna watch what you want to watch, bro. It is still business. That shit,
Yeah.
money is money. Views is views. You know what I'm saying? Like that is actually views is money in today's age. So
Views.
yes, counter program is a real thing. Before we get out, DT, do you want to say anything?
Nah, not really. I mean, all this is to see who's who's the big dog in the market and try to they just compete and they're just battling. So at this point, like we just gotta accept it, expect it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Bet. All right. Time for a nice little ISO on a pretty sickening story here. This past week we had found out about the Raja Jackson incident, right? Raja Jackson, son of Rampage Jackson, was streaming on Kick, and was at a Knox Pro Wrestling event. I guess the story starts off where, he's backstage before a show and whatnot and talking, to Psycho Stu. Psycho Stu smashes like a beer can over his head, thinking that the kid's working, thinking that everything's at work, like as most wrestlers should. He saw the camera, he's in character, XYZ, because the first thing he says out of his mouth is that you're not gonna sell it. Like you weren't gonna sell it. Like that's just wrestling terminology. Like you didn't sell the move. Raja didn't like this can being smashed over his head, felt like, some disrespect, happening there. The next clip that I seen was Raja and Stu shaking hands, and Stu like apologizing for, hey, like I didn't know, like I thought you was in on it. I apologize. They shake hands. Cool, right? Fast forward to one more clip where I can't tell which one came before. I think this one did come before. Was that there was another wrestler at the event telling him to get his receipt, right? Like, oh, you didn't like the way he hit you, like, get your receipt. And if anybody got a problem with it, tell them to come deal with me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Just like Raja did not know how to sell the beer can, he also doesn't understand what a receipt is. So you can't use the terminology to kind of like, hey, go get the receipt. You can hit him, we'll give him one good one. Because in our world, we know the receipts is like, oh, a stiff hit. Like, oh, damn, he got his receipt. In his mind, it's not the same thing, right? We'll put a pin in that. We go back to another clip that I've seen, and he's sitting ringside talking about how I'm going to hit him for real. Ain't no fakeness with me. Like I'm gonna hit him as hard as I can, for real.
As many times
as many times as he can, right? He's saying this all on stream, by the way. All this shit is being recorded
on Kick, and then the Kick people, his Kick audience, were also instigating, like,
calling him a bitch and whatnot. Like, like just terrible fucking crowd, by the way. Like that's your audience. They pumped you to dumb shit like
Kick,
that.
Out of all the streaming, like between Twitch and all the other ones, like Kick is probably the most toxic, which is why Aiden Ross is like the face of the brand right now.
That clip is followed by Raja Jackson jumping the barricade, going into the ring, picking up Stu, who I don't think was able to like brace himself for what happened, because he picks him up by like the legs and just dips him, just drops him on his head, and at that point Stu's lights out, cold.
His head at the mat. Essentially it looked like, if you haven't saw the video, because the video is kind of graphic, or it's not graphic, but it's kind of hard to watch.
It's disturbing.
It's kind of like a spine buster. It's a typical like wrestling MMA move where you grab someone from under the legs to like lift them up and like land them on the ground.
He was up hella high.
Yeah, no. So it looks like a spine buster, and then like you can see his head hit the mat. So he was already out before the punches even came, and if he wasn't, then he was out by the very first punch.
Either way, that was followed by at least 17 to 20 different like just straight face hits, bro.
It's 21 to 23 is the official count. It's between
21 to 23 straight unconscious punches to the face, and like raw, real UFC punches to the dome. And while this is happening, like people are like confused, like what the fuck is going on here? Like one wrestler tries to pull him off. The ref kind of sits there stunned, doesn't do anything. And it takes somebody coming into the ring to then get Raja off of him. Had that wrestler not came in to save Stu, we would have been talking about a completely different story.
Yeah, no, absolutely
different story.
And I cannot remember that wrestler's name, but he also got punched in the face. And then Raja also tried to take him down. He tried to take him down the same way, a double leg takedown, and he got punched in the face also. Luckily, he was a little more... He was able to get taken down the exact same way. Like otherwise, he probably would have got knocked out the same way. Also,
That's followed by a clip later of Raja walking down the street, talking about, "Oh, I'm not gonna be no bitch. I'm nobody's bitch," and just pumping himself up, but at the same time, like just you can tell something's not right. Like, bro is the neurons are not firing. It's not connecting up there, bro. And other wrestlers was following him like, what the fuck? Because after that, Stu was being rolled over and he's unconscious. They thought he was dead, bro. Like it was not a good thing. He got rushed to the emergency. Luckily, we found out later in the week that Stu regained consciousness. He has a GoFundMe up right now as well, where people are donating, to his medical bills and whatnot. And it left a lot of wrestlers pissed off. A lot of wrestlers also said some dumb shit too, right?
Yeah.
I believe the ones I've seen from like the wrestlers were like, yo, like we don't want this in our business. This doesn't belong in our business, right? And then I thought there was like Mark Henry said something crazy. Like,
yeah, he said something that was mostly placing the blame on Stu.
Yeah, like you shouldn't retaliate on a young kid or like do something
it was
like
it was so to paraphrase it was similar to what you were saying a little bit earlier, to where it's like he doesn't understand the terminology. So not only did you hit him with this beer can, but you're using all these words. He doesn't understand the terminology. Like, so how do you expect him how to react, type of thing.
And then he doubled down. I thought
Yeah, and then he doubled down.
He doubled down.
He doubled down on it, where he's like, you can't fully blame Raj for this, and it's like there a part of what Henry is saying, there is some slight truth to it, and I mean very, very slight, because it's one of those things where, yeah, you can't necessarily blame him per se because he doesn't understand the terminology. But he was obviously in the background. He was in the dressing room, even though the dressing room is a parking lot. Like, it's, if you have someone who is not accustomed to the business, if you have a Bad Bunny, you have the beginning of a Logan Paul, or whatever, like you're supposed to teach them. Like, you can't just be like, oh, get your receipt. What does a receipt mean? A receipt means hit him back hard. So you're talking to someone who's been training MMA, someone who has YN energy, someone who is an influencer essentially. So what do you think they're gonna do? Like, and so it's like trying to teach someone who's never played football a football route and using all these words. Do you want me to turn left or right? What do you how do you want me to do this? Like, you're using these terminologies. So like, that's kind of where Henry was coming from, but at the same time, the way he was coming, like, it was still wrong, because at the same time, like, we almost witnessed a murder.
We, for sure. And what's fucked up, bro, is that while he's sitting there talking to his chat before he slid into the ring, the chats tell him, oh, you're gonna hit him fake. So he knew that, okay, I can hit him fake. I can make it a little rough, make it look good for the camera. He was conscious and aware of what to do. He just chose not to do it. He did not want to do the fake move. He wanted to hit him as hard as he could. For a beer can? The crazy part is, like, when you think about MMA fights as well, is that, like, when you knock out somebody in MMA, you don't just continue to keep bashing him in. The ref pulls you off, you're done. Right? Like, that's how you train MMA. You don't go to, like, kill somebody. You get your knockout in. Maybe there's one or two punches and the ref pulls you off. Right? He's not even trained for that in his head. You kept punching a man that was unconscious. You can't do that in MMA. That's not in the UFC anywhere, bro. So even if you were like, oh, I'm training UFC, it's just my UFC brain. No, because they don't even do that shit there. That was you wanting to kill that man.
Yeah.
For what?
And then and then the first person that tries to pull you off, you punch them and try to do the same shit. Like, the intention, like, everything, all the evidence points to premeditated, because every single video we see, like, yes. Like, he's like, I'm gonna hit him for real. I'm gonna do all like, it's all like, it's one of those things that we live in a very stupid time where everyone likes to film their crimes and be like, they're so proud of filming their crimes. It makes zero fucking sense. But, like, everything was premeditated. Where Mark Henry was coming from, I was like, oh, he doesn't understand terminologies, but it's like, yeah, but even then, like you just said, like, even you've been like, you're what, 18 now, 17? You've been training in MMA enough to,
bro.
He's 25. Jesus Christ! You've been trained enough to know, hey man, if you punch a person in the face multiple times as they're already unconscious, you could kill them. It's really not that hard. It's the premise of a lot of movies. Accidentally getting to a fight with someone and accidentally killing them, and then you go to jail. That's the premise to Con Air with Nick Cage. And Undisputed, I think, with Wesley Snipes.
The thing, and like, what's also the sick part about this fucking shit too, is that it's definitely turned into like a little bit or a lot of like race bait, like, where it's like, you start seeing like, oh, send the black man in the jail. It's like, yeah, this in this situation, he should definitely be charged with something because that was definitely fucking murder or attempted or premeditated, as we mentioned beforehand. But it's also not like this is why all black men are bad, right? Keep them away from wrestling. It's just a lot of that weird shit's happening too, and because this dipshit just didn't understand how to like control his anger, bro. Like that's fucking wild, yo.
Yeah, and it's also on the people. Honestly, I feel like it's also on the people that like the dude with the cowboy hat who was like, "Get your receipt." Who tried to he posted a video trying to defend himself, and is like, "No, dude, you're still coming off as an asshole." Because again, like we're talking about someone who's not has no knowledge of this business.
Right.
Like it's very similar to when Travis Scott busted Cody Rhodes' eardrum. Like you don't like you can't just be like, oh, I know you're a fan of this, or I know you understand some of it, and like, all right, well, this is what you do. Like no, you don't like it. It, I don't know. It doesn't correlate. Like, how is he supposed to really know what give a receipt means per se? You know, you're supposed to teach someone to do the fake punches. You're supposed to like fucking Ilya Dragunov. His thing. It looks like it really hurts, but it's a work. You're supposed to teach people how to work. You can't expect someone who's literally trained in physical combat, who has like probably like damn near a license to kill, because like he can't get into a fight at a regular bar. He's instantly going to go to jail for shit because literally moments like this.
And in that same moment, I believe DT had put this in the chat. Grand opening, grand closing for Knox Pro Wrestling and like their WWID status, right? Because as much as like we're putting the blame on Roger Jackson, there was a very delayed response to everybody in that promotion. Like very, very fucking delayed, right? The ref was right there.
The ref was
like
right there.
Even if you're terrified, bro, it's like as a human being, we gotta get off of him. Like I'll take 5 of those punches if that means he don't take 20 of these, bro. Like
I will say
there's a human element.
One of the other wrestlers in the ring, he was 17, so I'm going to give them a little leniency because it's like I don't know how many matches we don't know how many matches that person had, and it's like when crazy shit like that happens, people do go into shock. Like everyone, sure. there's always moments where it's like like, oh man, you think you're gonna be the hero in this situation where it's like whether it's like a shooting or it's a fight, or you think you're gonna be the hero, and then like, but people really do go into shock. It's a real thing. So I don't want to like what you said was correct, but I was I do want to give a slight leniency because like one of those people was like 17 years old. But like for example, the ref, like you should have been able to pull this person off. There was other people in that scenario. It shouldn't have came.
There's more than just a 17-year-old in that ring.
Yeah, there was multiple people.
Like, so I'll give the kid you get a pass, but everybody else, bro, like, there's no way. There's no way you sat there and just like that just happened, right? It took somebody coming into the ring. The dude was watching from outside the ring, like, yo, is this really happening? And then slid in. And then everybody, then the locker room, came out and whatnot. But by that. Because of this situation happening, like I mentioned before, like WWE pulled their ID, like immediately, and Knox Pro is Rikishi's school. If people that don't know, it's Rikishi's school down in LA, I believe.
Yeah. Which I don't think he's made a statement yet, and if he has, I missed it.
Not and a personal statement. Knox Pro made a statement, but not him.
And he wasn't there at the show. And yes. I want DT to say something, but the last thing I'm going to say real quick is that I think another reason that they pulled their ID is because. I mean, not only just the lack of response and all the other things that we already talked about. I think another thing is that you see the wrestlers drinking in the parking lot, like the whole thing that set it off when like Stu does the beer can. Like this is like, all right, so we know that this indie promotion lets the wrestlers drink before the show, like. And I'm not saying like I don't know the faux pas on that, but I know as far as optic wise, you don't want that shit on on Twitch. You don't want your a company that's affiliated with WWE. Like WWE doesn't want to be affiliated. I would assume they don't want to be affiliated with a company that's like, these wrestlers they can drink before the show starts. They can get as fucked up as they want. So I think that's another reason why they also pulled, because it's like All of this is
Well,
just bad optics. The whole thing is bad optics.
bro, it's like this. If you are an indie wrestler and you got picked up by WWE and like, oh, we're gonna ID tag you, but we're gonna send you to Knox Pro, and that's what they were doing, it looks terrible for WWE. Like, this is like, what the fuck, bro? Like, we're supposed to be feeding y'all people to train and get them ready for, us. Then this is what you guys is doing? Like, nah, bro, we can't do this. Like, we gotta cut ties with you. Like, y'all back here drinking, y'all don't know how to y'all back here drinking. We don't know how to squash the situation where like there's real heat happening, right? Or at least we tried to. Even like, cause even while Stu was talking to Raja, there was a dude in the middle, like, hey, I got you. I know you can beat him up. I know you can do that. Like, and he was trying to like calm everything down, but it's like, at what point do we say, hey, maybe we shouldn't put you in this spot? They continued to show while there was some kind of like heat still happening there. Like, it's just a lot of weird things that
They were trying to make an angle out of it.
You're like,
The
no.
bigger question is, who are you making an angle for? Like,
And
who
why?
is this for? Because the people that the people that already bought tickets to the show, they don't know this shit is happening right now. So who are you making this angle for? Like, why are you trying to make you're trying to make a real situation into an angle? Like, you're trying to like, oh, Drew and Punk really hate each other. Let's make it into a storyline. And it's like you're trying to do that same thing, but no one knows who Raj is. Two, like, no one even knows this is going on.
3, he didn't have like, and I hate to use the term, but like handler. Like, normally we have like celebrities or people come in, they come out with another wrestler, right? Like, hey, he's coming out here, he's with me. Like, it's like Miz and Bunny or whoever. That wasn't the case. He just slid into the ring. There was no reason for him. Like, he wasn't even introduced as interference to where like it would make sense because the crowd just saw somebody flip over the fucking barricade. Like, a lot of bad shit, bro. Like, a lot of terrible shit. You didn't have any handle of that. It took the ref and everybody way too long to stop somebody from dying in the middle of the ring. Once again, if I'm sending my ID talent there and you guys are terrible to respond to like crisis situations, yeah, bro, we got to pull this tag, bro. We got to pull this tag. All right, DT, get us out of here. What you got?
I mean, y'all got it all. Yeah, I didn't see a statement from Rikishi. I even checked. Yeah, the guy that was egging him on got fired. I just pulled up that article anyway. So whoever the wrestler was, AJ Mana, who was the one telling him to get his receipt and go back in there or go in there and do it, he got let go from Knox Pro. So, yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. I didn't know he got hit 23 times, but
yeah. I wish there was a theme or something, like a way to segue out of like, just intense moments. This is also where we probably need like one of like Heroes of wild ass ads out of nowhere. I don't know.
I have a heroic gym.
What do you got here?
So it's a new thing. I'm gonna try to do it. Maybe not every episode, but every once in a while. A heroic gem is, if you remember when DJ Khaled used to drop major keys, like just words of wisdom, words of advice. So here's a quick segue. Here's my heroic gem. A guitar has a hole in it, which means it could technically also be a hat. Don't let the world put limitations on you.
Okay. This man here, bro. You know what? That's funny you say that because it leads to my segue here. I got a start bench cut situation here. We're gonna use wrestling themes. So
Theme song, as in theme songs.
like as entrance theme songs, yeah. Start bench cut. Randy Orton voices. Batista walk alone. And then Rhea Ripley's theme.
bench Rhea Ripley. I'm sorry. Cut Rhea Ripley, bench Randy, start Batista. That was pretty simple. Batista was going to start regardless of who you put up in there for the most part.
Yeah. All right. Just to make mine slightly different, because yeah,
It's okay,
start.
it's okay to say I'm right.
I'm not saying. I'm just trying to make good radio. I honestly, I was literally about to say the same answer. My only switch is going to be cut Randy's, bench Rhea's. This is my brutality. It gets a crazy pop. Niggas didn't start fucking with voices until 2 years ago in France. But I do love that song.
Krause didn't start doing anything until Leon France. If we're gonna keep it a buck,
I mean, they was singing Seth's song a lot sooner than that. They started singing Seth's song during the Matt Riddle feud. You know what I'm saying?
What's funny is that I agree with Hero. Walk Alone starts, brutality stays, we're cutting voices.
there's something about an entire arena of people singing, and you're not an artist, nor are you doing karaoke. But y'all got it.
I mean, it's slow enough for them to know the words.
I mean, it's fire as hell. People are, people sing. If you have words to your song, anyone can sing it. So people can do the same thing to Batista's. But he retired a long time ago. If Batista came to Leon France,
what?
You don't think they would know all the words? They would. Like the singing the theme song word for word is a new thing, and especially when it's outside the country, because we just saw. I mean, even in this show Forbidden Door, they were singing Metalingus, bar for bar.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I didn't know, because Ultra Bridge did Metalingus, right?
Yeah.
They did the other Judgment Day theme too. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The other side, I had no idea.
Yeah, and I Will Die on the Hill. I think other side is better than Metalingus. I Will Die on that hill. They're both on my workout playlist, but the other side, other side hits so different, good. Man. It hits so different, bro. Listen to both back to back.
I don't know. That's tough.
It is a hard choice, but I'm telling, like, other side, like, Alter Bridge was in a bag when they made that one. It was in a fucking bag, because I'm telling you.
That's interesting. I gotta go check that.
But I agree, because Walk Alone is easily one of the best entrance songs, man. Like, and I wish I stopped watching during like almost peak Batista, and I came back when he was retired or whatnot. But I at least got to see his entrance a couple times, and man, like his pyro when he does it, like Walk Alone. That's also on my, it's also on my workout playlist. So it's so good, bro. It's so good.
It Walk Alone is, it might be top 3, like wrestling theme songs. Like that's a tough one. I don't know if there's any like the voices is great. I think Randy has other songs that you could probably throw in there if you wanted to.
A lot of people, I don't remember the name, but a lot of people like his like first like real heel song a lot more. I cannot remember the name. I wasn't watching at the time.
I know what you're talking about too. Yeah. I know.
Burning in the Light, or
I think it's Burning something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Seems like our resident DT, the part timer here, is just not paying attention to anything we're doing here. This nigga is. Hey.
He's like Baby Driver.
I'm trying to determine which songs out of the 2 is better.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, it's
right. Which also makes sense that like Alter Bridge did it because Cope or Edge was in Judgment Day from the jump, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, honestly, they need to bring it back. I mean, I've grown used to the stock rap song that they've been using, but other side it's so damn good. It is. I can't
even find the other side right now.
Oh,
I typed in every name that I could think of.
Oh, bro, I can.
Who is
it? Alter. It's either the Alter Bridge or Alter Bridge.
Yeah. Either way, great fucking music by Alter Bridge. And honestly, shout out to Edge for also putting me on to like a lot of different like music too, because the Slayer theme is in my playlist for workout too. Like, fuck, what is the name of the Slayer song that he did when he came back in AEW? Because that shit was fucking killer too.
I do not know the name of that song, but I know Slayer from Guitar Hero, and the fuck some Slayer.
Fuck, I thought I got it. I thought I had it like liked in my playlist. I'll find it. Anywho,
Also the other side, the Judgment Day song, that was a meme for like a year and a half. That was an amazing meme when they would do like, oh, Judgment Day's coming out. You have the Triple H like meme or like the look to the like. That was a really great meme. Dun, 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 dun. And then like someone just bro, Punk did it. Like no, that was a great meme. Audience,
okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
audience, help us! I'm telling y'all, other side
I
is
know what you're talking about.
Metalingus is great. It's amazing. Love the nostalgia. But Alter Bridge, they was like, nah, like no, they like they was in their back when the other side came out, bro.
Like I said, it's a good one. It's a good fucking song. Speaking of Cope, let's kick off Forbidden Door.
All right.
Forbidden Door in the O2 Arena in London. Actually, shout out to all the wrestling over there. They got a nice little tour of like, you know, wrestlers in overseas right now. I think H sent over a picture to where it was Sammy and Pac at like a football game over there, or a soccer game, however you want to say it.
I think that was just a fan picture.
Either way, but like,
wait, or did you say H as in me? Because you called me H a few times. Oh, okay, yeah, bet. Okay, yeah. Now that we're on air, I'm like, anytime I hear H, I assume it's Triple H. But
no, that's Paul.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. All right. That's cool.
Hunter.
Paul. There you go. Yeah. Cope and Christian versus Kip Sabian and Kill Switch open up the show here. As DT mentioned before, Metalingus ran out through the O2 Arena. Nice little pop. Crowd singing back. I love those moments. They're just great.
Best part of the match
was the theme. That's crazy. Okay, let's start there, DT. Since you're fresh off of it, what was your takes on the Cope and Christian tag?
Could have saved it.
Okay.
Clearly, it felt like they haven't been in the ring in a long time.
Together,
yeah. Yes, yeah, together in a long time. It looked like Cope is a step slow. I wasn't rocking.
Okay.
I wasn't rocking. I'd never seen Kip Sabian before. Kind of reminded me of Hero's favorite wrestler a little bit. Maybe just aesthetics, but
just because he has long hair and it's bleached a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, nigga had eyeliner.
Kip Sabian reminds you of Seth Rollins?
Nigga had eyeliner.
That's the most Seth doesn't wear eyeliner.
We tiptoeing. We was tiptoeing 2 manias ago.
We're tiptoeing? He doesn't wear eyeliner. That's a fact.
We was tiptoeing 2 manias ago, my brother. Yeah, nah, this gonna sound. What's the match that came directly after this one?
Kyle Fletcher and Hiromu, which was
that's
a fucking
the match.
Banger.
That's the match that should have started the show, to me. If you're gonna start with a banger, that like to me that was probably, and it sounds like I'm lying or being. It sounds like a line when I say that was my favorite match, but I didn't know it came right after. But that was, yeah. I wasn't fucking with Cope and Edge. I mean, Cope.
That's fair. Cope and Cage.
2 old niggas.
That's fair. 2 old niggas.
It's
funny.
I tweeted. I said at some point you got to put them two, maybe mostly Cope, Christian, and anybody that wrestled in WWE from 1999, 97 to 2003 got to be put out to pasture. And I'm not saying they got to die. I'm saying y'all got to start being producers. Y'all got to start being managers. Y'all got to start maybe being brand ambassadors. Something. If Cena can step away, I think y'all can step away. I like y'all got to make some room for the young niggas now. That's how I'm feeling.
So to play a
Ooh,
slight devil's advocate, they were both forced to step away for a while, and they thought their careers was over. So
I
that's one of the
respect it.
reasons. That's one of the reasons why we're getting
And
this, and why we have been getting this.
and now after Toronto, get your swan song. But from what I saw,
You know what's crazy? When he talked about the wrestler from 97 to 03, I started sitting here like, who is the best wrestler currently from that era that's still wrestling right now?
Randy Orton.
In my head, you said Randy?
Yeah.
No. I mean from that era, not from like they came in Ruthless Aggression. I'm talking attitude up to Ruthless Aggression. Like,
Okay.
it's time, bro. Like you doing Percy Jackson, you should keep doing
What's
Percy
crazy?
Jackson. Like,
Because in my head, I'm like, who's the best wrestler at that group currently?
it's Rey Mysterio, but he only wrestle every like 30 days, which is cool. Like,
No, he's
but
been. No,
Dustin
he's still.
Rhodes.
He's. Bro, I was literally about to, honestly. I'm gonna give it to
Dustin
DT.
Rhodes.
I'm gonna give it with Ray, and I'll give Dustin a second.
Like,
I'll put Dustin at second.
and that's crazy because those two are the oldest out of that group. Like,
it's
but those
time.
two are the ones that are like,
Paul-
they can still go.
Paul George is
Dustin
the
Rhodes
only
just
one in
had
his class
hip
still
surgery.
playing right now. Yeah, he did.
Dustin Rhodes just had not hip. He just had 2 double knee surgery. Like that's insane, bro. When you think about it, like
He need to
those
be.
two are the best. Ray just had stem cells in his knee. Like what, a year ago? Like
No,
He do
gets
it every
some
6 months.
Yeah, no, that's a regular degular. But like he's a high flyer though.
That's why he ain't. That's why we ain't seen him
I
wrestle.
mean,
He's still recovering.
Ray ain't high flied in a minute, nigga. Let's just
Oh, come on now. He still hits that rope.
Look.
It's been a while since he wrestled.
An SMS message. He don't. And a phone call no more. That's not an area code no more.
You hit him with the T9 Tiger kick?
No. Hey, that motherfucker rotary dialing 619 now.
For sure. That's 619 on dial up. It's not the same one anymore, right? I will say that for this match, I don't think that they was like bad.
Ray calling a phone operator to get connected.
To get connected. To definitely get connected, bro. The match wasn't terribly bad to me, but at the same time, when we had talked about it beforehand, like they just needed to get one on tape to see, and even throughout the match, like even like Kill Switch being part of the match where he wasn't really fucking with Kip Sabian, they had turned on each other a couple times here, and I think my theory with that is that they're probably going to like I don't want them to do something with Jack and Kill Switch, but it looks like in that promo that week that the guy injecting him had the leather jacket on, and it looked like it could have been Jack that kind of like brought him back to life. But
which that needs more story.
Yeah,
which I don't think we'll ever get. But yeah, you're not the first person. I've seen that rumor that it might have been Perry that sent it, and then we finally, because BTE is back, and then we saw that Jack Perry called Nick or Matt or whichever one, and they ignored the call. So it's like, all right, so we're getting a very, very soft launch of Jack Perry returning after like fucking 6 months or whatever.
Definitely.
I will say this. So
the finisher was fire.
The finisher was cool. A pop-up spear. It was cool.
That was fire.
That was not spear. It looked like the nigga Edge rolled his ankle and fell into Buddy. Like I watched it, bro. No.
You didn't like the finish? I thought the finish was cool.
The finish was fine. I'll say fine. A step under cool.
It was serviceable. We knew what it was when it was done. It didn't look great, but we knew what it was supposed to be.
My thing, my biggest thing is, and this is gonna actually take time to play out, is just that like the crowd because Luchasaurus / Kill Switch, he did almost like Loki die, and when he came back, like the crowd is cheering Luchasaurus this whole time. Like he was damn near the face, and like the main face in this entire match, which is kind of crazy. So they are. I saw some clips from Collision tonight. Like they are doing a slow turn, or I wouldn't say a slow turn, but they are setting up the story where Kip is blaming everything on Kill Switch and all this other stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because obviously Nick Wayne is hurt, so it's literally just Kip, Kill Switch, and Nick Wayne's mom. So I'm like, how do you progress this story where maybe Kill Switch is like F this abuse? Because the whole thing before Kill Switch even got injured with the ammonia and whatnot was that Christian is abusing this entire family.
Yeah.
So like now we're trying to pick up those pieces, and it's kind of an unfinished story because this whole thing was supposed to be about father versus son or sons, and the main son is injured right now. So like who knows when we'll actually get that match, if we even ever get that match. So that like there's just a whole lot of like maybes and ifs with it, but this whole thing is, which again, I do not like how rushed this whole thing was. Honestly, like I will die on the hill. It's another hill I'll die on. That like the makeup between CNC should have been on this show. Like this should have just been like a Cage versus Kip or a Cage versus Kip and
Cage
Kill
versus
Switch.
Kill Switch.
Or put him in a handicap match, and then like Edge saves him that way or something, or Cope. I don't know. I feel like they still could have waited. But what the story is like, oh, you help me with my two problems, I'll help you with your two problems. So it is. I don't know. It kind of is what it is. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was.
It was a serviceable tag. It wasn't. I didn't leave it hating or anything like that. But
I wouldn't have.
We knew what it was before.
Yeah, no, like we knew what it was. We knew who was going to win. I agree with DT. I would not have started the show with this match.
Fair. Next match, Protostar, Kyle Fletcher, Hiromu, banger, fire fucking match.
Hate the name. Kyle Fletcher's that boy can hoop. I don't know nothing about him outside the ring. I very thoroughly enjoyed that wrestling match. And what did you say buddy's name was? Because I forgot. Hiromu, he was fire too. I liked his. It felt like, and this is not a stereotype, but it felt like towards the back half of the match, he was doing like the drunken master, like I'm getting fucked up, but it's like you're not fucking with me. Yeah, like that shit was fire. I fucked with the whole match. The whole match.
I don't even have a lot of notes on this match because I was locked in. Like this was just a really fun match to watch, yo. And Kyle Fletcher once proving again that he's had some really solid matches this year. He's the young one. You can tell that's where their stock is invested in. Is the stock of Kyle Fletcher. I don't have anything negative to say about this match, man. I thought this was fucking great.
Just change his name. That's all I ask.
The Protostar or Fletcher?
The Protostar.
Oh, okay.
It. Kind of reminds me of Mega Man. I like it. I don't. It was cool. I'll go cool. Not fine. I like Kyle Fletcher. I have a problem with Forbidden Door, I think, which is it's an umbrella problem, which it's kind of hard to solve because New Japan is struggling to make new stars. Like their newest star is Gabe Kidd, and he's literally about to do the same thing that all the other stars did, and he's about to come to Jacksonville. So he's not long to be New Japan bound. They don't have all their talent is old as shit. They're old as shit, and they're battle damaged, and they're hobbled. And it's just like, what is the point of Forbidden Door at this point besides saying tickling the fancies of all these people who love New Japan and who love being on Reddit and talking about it versus all these new quote unquote new stars. I don't know. Either way, Kyle Fletcher has done his thing. He did his thing. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita should be the stars of this promotion, as far as I'm concerned.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. I think there's
It's
a
a
lot of
slow.
seeds that were planted in
Yeah,
this particular pay per view that set that up.
true. It's a slow happening, but like if you want to talk about the pillars, like what pillars are, like I think you could put your stock on both of those young talents because they both look like stars. Like Kyle Fletcher could be the next Randy Orton, but
I wouldn't
it
say
has
that.
to.
But
No,
hopefully Kyle Fletcher's Kyle Fletcher.
He has the no. I want him to be Kyle Fletcher, but I mean, like as far as like a young talent who he has all of it. He just needs the right tutelage. Like he has that, and then Konosuke, like the alpha. Bro, he looks amazing. His moveset is amazing. The only downside is the lack of English, but give him a better manager. No, it doesn't matter. But give him a better Don Callis. I need him in jail.
What?
I do not want him.
You think Don Callis is a bad manager?
I think he's one of the worst. He makes me not want to watch the show.
That's crazy. I think Don Callis. I think there's a lot of things that Don Callis in like the faction does that we just you just don't see just yet. Not you personally, but people just don't see. I think Don Callis sets up a lot of shit.
I'm tired of him on my TV. I don't want him on my TV anymore. I do not like, and now we're in the Callis verse because he has like 30 niggas now.
Which I was gonna ask. Setup. I was gonna ask. Excuse me. How many family members does this motherfucker have?
Because I think that's the issue. Go ahead. My bad.
No. Because
it's a big issue. It's a big issue. It's a crisis. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
That was the question. How many people is on this team?
Well, currently, I think there's like 10 in the Don Callis family, but like I mentioned beforehand, like there's seeds that are planted here that we're setting up the next babyface. I don't know if like people paid attention or recognized, but I think it was later in the show, or maybe I think it was later in this show that Konosuke popped out. I think after
he has a face-to-face with Okada, which is fine, but that's not necessarily. I wouldn't say that's necessarily setting him up to be the next big babyface per se. It could, but who knows? It really depends on.
I think that's exactly what they did. I think you're planting the seeds of at some point we're going to get Konosuke versus Okada. I wouldn't be surprised that happens in January in Japan. I think that would be a fucking banger match to have. I think that the babyface run for Takeshita is going to hit like crack because everybody's been waiting for him to be solo and be single and have that push. But I think that that's the issue with the Don Callis family is that people are going to start seeing like there's too many of us here. And on top of that, we're in the back half of Death Riders. I don't think Death Riders is going to last too much longer. I think confidently I can say that because we see that Darby's want to take everything away from Mox. He said that this past week on Dynamite. We see that Garcia's finally back in the mix a little bit, and people last year were talking about the 4 guys at the end of WrestleDream, which were the same 4 guys that were 3 that were mentioned a lot during this week on Dynamite, which was Darby, Garcia, Hook came back. The Hook went straight after Yuta. So like there's some things that are being planted here. Whether we see how they play out, and if they play out to the potential of what they should be, TBD. But the story is being played here with those 4 guys taking out the Death Riders.
I don't think the Death Riders are going to be taken out. I think they're going to evolve. Honestly, I think the Death Riders is another version of Judgment Day, where motherfuckers is going. He's going to. I think what's going to happen is they're going to kick out Yuta, and they're going to add Danny.
I think that's a play too, because Mox has had moments where he wanted Danny to be in, or not Mox, but I believe Brian wanted Danny to be in.
Right, no, but Mox also, because it was either this episode or it was this last or the Dynamite before the show. You like after the match, you randomly see Mox talking to Danny like ringside, even though the match is over. Like, and then in this collision, you see Mox talk to Danny again. And if you can read lips, you can kind of. I don't want to spoil
Like he's
But
trying to get him to like join.
if you relive, he's like, you got to beat this dead weight, which they've been teasing a heel turn with Danny ever since right before he dropped the TNT title. But either way, we're losing the plot.
This was a good match with Mox too. Like I like that Danny was using some like Nigel's moves and shit like that too. Like that was a solid match from Danny. Probably the best one I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get another. So
yeah, Protostar. At that point in my notes, I said that was the bar. That was a really good match. I was like, from here, let's see what happens.
You said from here,
forward.
let's see what happens. It sounds like the opening match.
Fair. Four-way match for the TNT. CEO,
TBS.
Windsor, TBS. Yeah, Monet, Windsor, Persephone, and Bozilla. Probably my favorite match on the show. I enjoyed Fletcher. This is my favorite match.
I blinked and this shit was over. Like I went to go get food, and I came back. Yeah,
I like this match not because it's not even like it's not even like a Mercedes like banger match, but I like the match because they showcased a lot of solid talent that needed to be showcased. Like Persephone got a lot of shine in this match, had a lot of praise after this match. Bozilla looks like a fucking star in the making, even though she's like 22, just started to wrestle. Windsor's always been looking great. And in this particular match for the TBS, you can see that Mercedes she's not as secure with her belts as she needs to be. And I think that's the current story that she has, is that she's so close to losing these belts. And then they're running with that. Also, they have been with anything that has to do with her belts and Tony. She doesn't acknowledge that she lost to Tony, and I think that's on purpose because that's the blemish on your record right now. You got all these belts, but you couldn't get the one that mattered, and so they've been playing off that story because she won't mention Tony or mention anything.
Ooh, okay. You said something that is a huge thing I would like to talk about, but I know for a fact I'll go into a tangent. But it's all about the belt that matters, and with 9 belts, which is the most important belt that she currently has.
That's why I made that face when you said that.
It's funny because I had the same not conversation, but this thought process earlier last week, or actually, that when it comes to Mercedes and the 10 belts or 9 belts, and this sounds so fucking stupid, but it's like the comparison I have is Blue Magic and what's American Gangster. If I can place you everywhere and people recognize the product, no, that's funny. But like, the thing is that we can't perform at all. We can't have these shows everywhere, right? We can't perform in Ireland and Poland and Mexico and show our brand presence. But we can send our best women talent over there to get eyes on the product, to pay for not pay, but to bring money in. I think that's what they're doing with Monet in this run. And I think they're all equally as fucking important. I think the indie promotions are like, yeah, bring our belt wherever because it brings eyes to our fucking brand, right? It's like if we were able to place like Seth Rollins on retainer to all these different like places, like you would just bring the brand with you everywhere you go. Like if Seth Rollins is here in Mexico, he's over here in Poland, like it would be a big fucking thing. And that would bring the eyes.
Okay, all right. So all right, I didn't want to go.
Real quick, girl, before you go, because my shit is short and sweet. Real short. The thing that I'll say about this is, like, I've been paying attention a lot more than I need to the internet, and now it's starting to become like a memeable joke where there are these indie wrestlers that are winning belts, and you go in the comments and you'll see, oh, better hope Mercedes doesn't see this. Better hope Mercedes doesn't see this. And, like, I think Nikki Blackheart and, like, 2 other women, they like won belts in like the last like week and a half or 2 weeks, and like that's all the comments that you see.
But that's the point.
Yeah,
I think that works.
I don't think it. Okay, so my thing is like in wrestling, not every belt is created equal. Like if someone played football and they won the Super Bowl and they also won the CFL championship, which one's going to be more important? It's going to be the Super Bowl. Like the TBS championship is probably number 1, and then CML is probably number 2, and then Rev Pro is probably number 3. And then all these other titles, for example, and I'm not trying to put you guys on the spot, but do you know what the EWA Women's Championship is? Do you know what promotion that's for?
I don't.
Okay, cool. Do you know what the best Best Wrestling Women's Champion is? Do you know what promotion that is for?
I got nothing.
Best okay. Discovery. No, it says Discovery Women's Scottish. Okay, so it says Scottish in it, but Discovery Women, like you, like when you collect all these titles, like there's always going to be a level to the shit, right? Like there's always going to be something more important. Like the world's women's, the AEW World's Women's is on a higher level than the TBS. The TBS is supposed to be the mid card. So like yeah, sure. Like it doesn't matter if you have the mid card from other promotions or if you have the main title from all these other promotions. The promotion that you're working for is always going to be at the very top, right? So and I'm not gonna like I don't know the numbers. I'm sure because the Red Pro, the person who runs Red Pro, there's like yeah no like Mercedes is bringing views to us. I don't know if that's true, but the owner said it, so I'm not gonna call him a liar. But she has multiple titles that none of for example, Primetime Wrestling Women's Championship. Do we know what that's from?
Pause. This is great. I love this moment here, right? Because we don't know, right? But what I just did, hey,
you Googled it.
What does Belts and Mercedes have, right? And it tells you, hey, Primetime is the championship from Poland, right? That's Poland's like indie scene. It tells you what these are, which brings eyes to these moments. The thing is, it's not the belts; it's where are these belts coming from. You have to now, if you want to, not you personally, but if you want to know where they're coming from, you do the research, and now you know that this belt's from Poland here. This is from CMLL. I never knew about CMLL. Like, what is this? It brings awareness, whether it's negative or positive, however you look at it, you are still bringing eyes to that promotion. Because by naturally, you're curious about why are they chanting, or not chanting, why are they commenting Mercedes under this post? What is happening here with Mercedes? Oh, she's coming after all these indies belts. How many does she have? Where are they coming from? Like, it creates buzz.
That's the idea. That in a perfect world, that's the idea. But we don't know if it's actually creating buzz. Like we don't know if the Polish indie company is getting more views at all.
We're talking about it on this podcast. It's working.
I talked about it to make a point.
That's the point. A year ago, we don't know about this Poland company. That's the point.
But I'm telling you right now to your face, I'm not going to start watching this Polish. I don't even know how to watch it. Like we're talking about America. Americans don't care about shit. Like we're talking about the state of America in 2025. We don't care about shit. So what do I like? Like I'm not like again. We're more wrestling oriented.
It's not about the American audience, H.
That's
though. The point. It's not. It's about the world audience, H.
Yes, but the world isn't watching AEW. Otherwise, they would have more than 6,000 viewers a week. We're like, if you want people,
AEW, Polish wrestlers watch AEW because that talent has their belt on that show.
We don't know if Poland gets we have no idea if Poland even gets AEW.
We don't know any of the intangibles, but we do know that belt, the Polish belt, is on AEW TV. So if somebody from Poland who's part of that indie promotion, like, where's our belt at? We have to check into AEW. It's bringing eyes that way.
But it has to be said, right? But they do not list every single belt she carries every single time she's on TV.
No.
So again, if I turn on Dynamite this week and they say 9 belts Monet, and I see her have these 9 belts, and I see one of them has a Ferris wheel on it, which one of them does, what am I supposed to think? Oh, she probably got that at a fair, maybe.
No.
Like I don't.
Where is she belts from?
Why, as a fan, like if you're a fan or you're just okay. Anyway, DC, please talk, because I cut you off. I apologize.
If the goal is to truly bring eyes to women's wrestling on a global standpoint, and to elevate wrestling all over the world, you just going one place isn't going to be enough. I pitched this idea a long time ago, when it seemed like Roman was getting every damn belt in WWE. What should happen in my opinion, to execute what you're trying to do is these wrestlers from all of these promotions need to start popping up and challenging Mercedes at AEW, not her going to wherever and then taking the belts and then she has the belts and we don't see these niggas. She needs to go through some sort of, at some point, to drop these belts, she needs to go through some sort of gauntlet where it is Monet versus the world, or you can call it whatever. It could be an Avengers moment. She could be Thanos since she got all the stones. And all of these indie women wrestlers from wherever they're from that are the best wrestler or the number one contender in their company need to start popping up at AEW, and she needs to be on the run. She's isolated as far as I know. She doesn't have anybody that's with her, so there's no reason why if she has 9 belts that 9 different people from across the world start popping up and she's on the run. She's supposed to be this big heel. She needs to get her comeuppance at some point in order to drop all these belts, because you're not going to give her the TBS belt and have her beat Toni Storm. We already seen that. So before that happens and she elevates to the main card title, to me, that is the best route of doing that. So, excuse me, to use the term of allegory to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, that would be where I would start positioning her to relinquish some of these belts. Whoever your best wrestler is in these promotions needs to start popping up weekly at AEW. They can do the Tony Schiavone tells them who they are. They can cut a promo in the back. You can do a vignette, show their highlights of all their best matches or the match that they have with Mercedes, etc., so that people know who's who and where they're from. And that's how you do that.
I agree.
So, I agree too, but that's also really hard because you're expecting people. I wouldn't say expecting, but like now we have to get people with passports to make sure they come into America for a certain amount of time. Like it's not undoable. Like it's not something that's not plausible, but it. I feel like if that was the case, it should have been being done at this point. And also another thing to piggyback off of not only what DT said, but what I said earlier was like you're expecting an American, and this is me just shit talking us. You're expecting like the casual wrestling American fan who a lot of wrestling they only watch wrestling, right? You're expecting like this casual wrestling fan to Google where this random title is and then continue to watch the brand from what that title is from. That's not going to happen. That's not happening.
Which is
right. So then how are you? So then how are you going to? How are you getting more eyes to that product?
I said what I said. That's why I said what I said.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm piggybacking on. I was like, how do you expect these people to like? How do you expect these random promotions to get more eyes on it if we know how a lot of people operate?
Okay, DT, respond.
That's why I said what I said.
I was agreeing. I was
H. Let him respond.
I was saying. Oh my god! I was agreeing with him. That's what I was saying.
Dog.
I was agreeing.
Let me land my plane. Just let me land the plane. Previous conversations that we have had on this show about AEW is that the AEW fan is not a casual wrestling fan. The solution that I provided allows you to create backstory and tell where these people are from, who they are, and where they wrestled, etc., and build that up. Your immediate counterpoint was to get passports. If Tony Khan is the billionaire, the son of the billionaire that he's supposed to be, and they own a soccer team over here, football team here, then paying for 90-day visas or whatever the fuck, that's not gonna do them. That's a drop in the bucket. You're talking about if the true actual goal is to uplift women's wrestling globally, we're gonna go with that, since that's what she's saying. Those are the kind of concessions and things that you need to do in order to make it happen. Why it hasn't happened yet, to answer your question, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for her to get a 10th belt, potentially.
I think 10 is the number.
And then you'll start, or you should, if they're smart, you should start to see the walls start to crumble down, because it's like, all right, bro, you're monopolizing women's wrestling at this point, and you're taking opportunities from everybody, and you view it as you're trying to uplift women's wrestling. Well, that could be the storyline. Hey, we gonna come together. We're not letting you do this. We're not letting you.
And I think that's the peak of it. I think at the pinnacle of it, whoever beats Mercedes for these titles, you're gonna know their name because she's had these belts for so long. I think that's the ultimate end goal. Is that whoever beats her for these belts, you put over somebody. So you're gonna put over somebody in Poland. You're gonna put over somebody in Mexico. You're gonna put over somebody because she has to lose these belts at some point in time. And when she does, she's gonna lose them to other indie talent. If they're not gonna be just regular AEW talent or nothing like that. I think the focus here is that to respond to H and like he's like, oh, the casual American fan is that this is not for the American fan. AEW's goals have not been for the American audience like in a while now. We see they're booking the Australia trips. They're going back to the O2 next year. They just did the show in Japan this year. They've been working in CMLL all year. They're looking to gather the international audience. They're not looking at the regular audience. They know that hypothetically, they know that, hey, WWE corners the market when it comes to like some of these bigger shows. Not sometimes, most of the time. So a better way for us to get our name somewhere else is then to put our best women's wrestler on loan or retainer to these indie promotions and draw fans from there to here. And that's exactly what it is. I'm just applying my best drug to multiple fucking places.
So
and
your
y'all getting high on the supply.
So your possible return in investment is hoping someone sees this title, Googles it, and continues to watch the stream, and you hope you are able to send your own talent to America just for one show to beat Mercedes.
No, they don't. They're not coming to America. They will be over where they're at. I don't.
Listen. It depends. It depends on what the ROI is for each. For AEW, the ROI can be we're opening up our doors to continue to bring in more talent, so that the talent isn't going to WWE. From a business standpoint, that would be the ROI. For the other promotions, it would have to be them coming to the AEW stage in order to get that limelight. Because right now, what Hero's saying is a fact. You're not gonna everyone's not gonna go Google all 9 belts and who's on that roster for that promotion. So he's right in that standpoint. So for both parties or all parties involved to get something, you have to me, it's only logical that you send your best player to the big leagues, which would be in this case AEW.
A show that has one woman segment each show, and that's their idea of having one woman segment is having an all-star tag match.
But again, okay, so hold on.
That's not me trying to shit on it. I'm just saying that's what's been going on the last couple months.
And I'm so my counterpoint is if I almost say homegirl. If Mercedes is doing what she is or is trying to accomplish what she is saying, then her overall goal is going to be to change the way that AEW is set up as it pertains to women's wrestling. Right now, for somebody who doesn't watch AEW programming on a week-to-week basis, the 2 biggest women's names is Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. And in order for there to be more space for more women there, they have to start expanding on their shows. And to do that
as well.
To do that and make this a place where women want to go, because to me, when you talk about the best women's roster, to me it's WWE. How they're showcased, the time they get, the importance of their rivalries, the storylines, etc. But again, I don't watch AEW on a week-to-week basis, so I could be completely biased in that aspect. But if you're saying you want to get there, right? Like they just talked about their show from Brooklyn hitting the 10-year anniversary. If that is to her one of her grandest moments or her biggest moments, she wants to recreate that. Maybe not that match, but that feeling in the place that she's at. Which is why when she did the interview she spoke about women's wrestling and the people in the locker room the way that she did. We are here trying to make women's wrestling the best wrestling, or AEW the best place for women where they wrestle at.
And
Okay.
If that's the goal, then that's what you would do.
get it off here, and I'm gonna wrap it out. I'm gonna close it out.
I have a last question. All right. So she did, since these 9 belts, she lost 1 title, and that was the New Japan Strong. Do we know who she lost it to?
No, I didn't watch it.
I do. And it's not me trying to. It's not trying to be gotcha journalism, but it's like she did lose a title recently, and no one knows who. That's a problem. So then, so theoretically, if we expect her to lose these titles, like put over these people, are they all going to be multi-person matches? And are these people going to get the attention that they deserve for being put over by Mercedes?
Yes,
Did she
because
did she lose the match at AEW or in New Japan?
in New Japan.
Okay,
It was she lost to New Japan, and it was a multi-person match, and it was to someone who was on AEW television. She lost to AZM.
Yeah.
To me, that would be
in a triple threat, and Mercedes wasn't pinned. She wasn't tapped out.
But here's the thing, right? When it comes to that, New Japan does, and like all these other indie promotions, control how they want the match to win or lose. They control that. Tony doesn't control that. Mercedes doesn't control that. Contrary to what people want to throw out in the ethos, right? My thing is that when that match happened, right? If we say, "Oh, Mercedes is coming back for this women match in Japan," did viewership not increase? Did ticket sales not increase?
I have no idea.
These things are all quantifiable, and you can look these up. She is a draw. She does bring eyes to these places. So what you do with that moment isn't up to me. After this belt gets lost and it goes to this champion, however you pop it off is not on me no more. I showed up. The pop is here. Make this look great. Like, she's going to look special. That's not up to me how to control that. But what she does do is draw eyes to every place she goes to. When we talked about the Rev Pro, I remember we had this conversation and you were like, I don't even have a Rev Pro subscription. I was like, damn, I did. I just looked at them. I downloaded on my phone. It's Rev Pro on demand. Doing that. Well, we're not the only persons who've done that. That draws eyes and viewership and money to Rev Pro. No matter how you look at it, how you spin it, like, she is who she says she is, and she does make people tune into these locations, bro. We're talking about places that we never knew. And we're talking about women's wrestling in places that we didn't know existed. So, like, that in itself is the draw, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
We know women's wrestling. Okay, all right, yeah,
What the fuck, nigga? You just told me.
We didn't know there was women's wrestling in Scotland.
You just told me who watches these things. We don't know these things,
nigga, because we don't. There's not a single. The only person who gave us numbers was Rev Pro. Rev Pro is the only person that gave us There's only one person actually gave us legitimate evidence, and I'm the one that's crazy.
Yes, nigga. The hell?
All right. So all right. Only one place gave us evidence, and I'm the one that's bugging.
Bro, you know how easy it is to get this quantifiable evidence, bro? We can go on YouTube right now, say Mercedes Moné versus who she was fighting in Scotland. Did the views go up from this last view of this woman in Scotland's match compared to the Moné match? Absolutely.
Is it consistent?
No matter what. Yes, for every promotion, nigga.
You know it's consistent for all these promotions. I just gave you multiple titles, and you told me that you didn't even know where they were.
The views are
I literally asked you, do you
are there? What are we talking about?
You couldn't tell me where the title was from, but you can tell me where you tell me the views are there.
You're telling me. Wait, time out.
I asked you both. Do you know where this title is from? And you said no. I asked you that like 4 times.
Titles, bro.
They're the name of the title. It's the name of the title.
She blew up in Scotland? Yes, we knew that she fucking blew up in Scotland. We know that their viewership went up.
How do we know? There's no numbers. There's like literally no.
Nigga, God damn, you don't like Google, nigga. This nigga don't like Google. He don't like.
I don't. Oh my god, that is such a simple response. You can just Google it. There's no fucking evidence that says, oh, we have 89 more subscriptions.
It's fucking nuts, bro. Like,
y'all are funny.
Okay, man.
I'm trying.
Okay,
like,
bro.
I don't understand it because this is.
I'm explaining it.
That makes this nigga rage, and I have no idea because if this was anybody fucking else, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yes, it would. There's a huge problem with someone winning multiple things and no one knows where it's from. No one knows. No one barely knows who she beat. No one watches the fucking product even more. Rev Pro is literally the only one in New Japan, or they're the only two. There's still 7 other companies.
We know CMLL, nigga. We knew that, and the Arena Mexico was blown the fuck up.
All right, sorry, my bad.
These are facts, bro.
There's 6 other companies. No one's ever fucking heard of.
That's fucking crazy to me, bro. And then if it wasn't so important, why the outrage?
I'm not outraged. I'm just I'm concerned because it's someone's pantomiming like, yo, I'm bringing up this whole thing. Where's the proof? There's literally no, like. It's similar. It's similar to Trump. Like, my numbers are up. Where's your proof, bro?
What's tangible for you?
Real quick,
what proof do you want?
That what Hero is saying is logical and tangible. That makes sense. I'm telling you how to get there. He's talking about what it is. What
do you want?
He wants the quantifiable data. He wants the data that says
what data? Like what's the is it the numbers? Is
if
it the
I had to guess, it would be ticket sales. It will be attendance.
Are your streams up? Are your tickets up? Or is your attendance up? Anything that is proof that this person is actually doing something cool for your company. I'm fine with Mercedes winning all these titles. I'm fine with it. She says she wants to win 21. That's great,
bro. And it's funny because I had it pulled up. All the quantifiable data is here, nigga. And what I did is just type this shit in. I don't understand it.
What you typed in shows you the views from their June show to their July show versus their August show.
Bro, it's saying here 30% rise and increase from New Japan, right? If I wanted to go dig deeper and look for myself, what I could do is go and do that. I just don't understand.
She's doing New Japan since she left WWE. That's...
So, would you like the next question to be, how many viewership did she pull in Poland? Is that a quantifiable thing here? I just don't know, what you want, bro.
Qui bono. Who benefits? Qui bono. I know New Japan benefits. I know Rev Pro is benefiting. I know CMLL is benefiting. Are all the other 6 to 7 benefiting? Are we just stating this? Is this just like, oh, hey, Trump's numbers are up. He's doing great. Is it that? Or is there actual real evidence that this is actually benefiting women's wrestling? But that wasn't even my... I don't even know how we got here.
So about 10 minutes ago, you said, I don't want to stay here too long because I know I'm going to go on a tangent.
Bro, I know
because he's saying I'm wrong, but you also just help me prove that what I'm also saying isn't that I'm not bugging that much. Like, there's no other...
Damn. I don't understand what you want and why.
DT just told you.
For me being the data nigga, I'm just saying, nigga, if one person is going to Poland and has the fucking title, she's bringing eyes. It's Mercedes Moné. If this nigga can say, hey, bro, anytime she wins a title, people are under the comments, whether it's a meme or not, it still brings energy and boosts the fucking conversation. That's my point.
I have still yet to see someone say I'm watching Poland wrestling. You understand how hard it is to watch shit from Poland? Are we like what?
How? I don't understand. Like, am I missing something? Am I the fucking butt of the joke here?
I'm apparently the one that's bugging. What are we talking
about? The hard cam. I didn't know. Am I the butt of the fucking joke here? What is going on today? Like.
I asked you straight questions. Do you know where this is from? You said no. And then you're just like, oh, Google. Hey, Google. The first thing you Google is going to be an AI answer. So now we trust an AI. That's what we're. You know what? You know.
What the fuck are you on?
Nothing. Nothing.
What is going on here?
I'm pushing the goalpost. I'm bugging.
What are we doing?
Listen, hold on.
DT gave me enough.
Listen,
he gave me enough.
I think in a perfect world for Hero, maybe he is probably looking for a press release from each company that is saying X, Y, and Z, which is like,
But that's
'cause
such
they
a
do-
WWE way of thinking, though. Not
that's-
everybody moves that way.
I'm not saying that that's what he is. I'm saying that's probably what would quail his stance. Not everyone's going to do that, which we already talked about. But the thing that I will say, the reason why I backed off of it is because I saw the reactions on Twitter when these indies started posting their belts. I'm like, okay, clearly something is working. Something is working somewhere. But to capitalize on it, you can't just be the person that has the big stage that goes to the little stage. You need to bring the smaller stage to the big stage. You have a larger audience. So if you're truly trying to impact these places, then that would be the way to do it. That's it. We got so far off. We supposed to be talking about Forbidden Door.
You know, wasted fucking an hour and a half on some dumb shit.
Listen, it was a cool 4-way. She wasn't gonna lose. I looked at Forbidden Door as a showcase mostly,
Which it was.
and so like now I know who Persephone is. Now I have an idea of who Bozilla is. So that's cool. So when I see them going forward, like I remember where I saw her from or where I saw this person from. I may not necessarily go looking for their matches now, but at least I know who these people are. So, yeah. But at some point, she got to drop all 13.
I do, and that's what I agree with. I think that if you're doing this global tour, we got to free up the TBS. That has to be on AEW and go do the global tour. That's where I would want some shit to happen.
Well, that's not going to happen until she breaks that Jade Cargill record. So that, like, we could just eliminate that.
Yeah, that's probably broken by this point, but yes.
So, is it?
It should be. It should be coming up. I thought the last we talked, it was like 60 days, some shit like that.
Hold on. I'll just Google it.
She'll break the record in November.
Yeah, it says she held it for 508 days. 508 days. So if it's in damn, that's it. And Mercedes has had it for, it says, a year and 3 months. So 400 days.
A year and 3 months?
Mm-hmm. 64
she's
weeks.
Coming up on it.
Yeah. So at some point she's gonna drop it. Because because eventually she's gonna beat Toni Storm and be like, and be the women's world AEW champion.
Right, and I think that's kind of funny. I guess we just talk about it here with the Athena and Toni Storm match. It's kind of like being booked into like you don't want to do a double champion scenario. So since the match was not for for all belts, right? You can kind of deduct that Toni Storm wasn't going to lose that match because she definitely wasn't going to be Toni Storm in ROH, and you weren't going to have Athena carry both belts because you don't want to have two people carrying multiple fucking titles. With the Athena and Toni Storm match, I did enjoy the match. I think the wrong person lost because I wanted Athena to like get the chip and whatnot. But at the same time, it just doesn't rationally make any sense here. Like, not only is Athena not the heel to do it, it doesn't. There was no story to make you care about that moment. Mm-hmm. Like we had mentioned before with like Mox and Hangman, like there was a build there. We got to find the build for the heel that's going to come in and be the Darth Vader to Toni Storm's Luke Skywalker at some point. Currently, I don't know who or what is planned for that, especially with the workings of the women's tag team division being built up right now. The tag team championships in AEW are being developed. They are been talked about for a while now. So I don't know who that woman is, but we should be finding out pretty soon. At least hopefully.
Can Mercedes hold the tag belts by herself?
Man, probably. Probably. You want to talk about the Hurt, FTR, and Bandito or Brodito?
So watching this, not knowing the outcome, I was like, Hurt Syndicate should never lose a match.
Never.
There's no way they should lose a match.
Never.
They should. I was like, there's no way they should lose these belts. I was wrong. I was wrong.
And
yeah,
there's some heat with that too, because people are pissed off about the way that they lost it and how that they don't want to work anybody, they don't want to take a pin from anybody. This is all allegedly, because I don't know shit and I'm not backstage. But people are upset that they couldn't just take the pin. But realistically, how I look at it, I was like, there is nobody that can beat Hurt clean.
No,
I don't think there's a team that makes sense for it.
Look at them. Do they look like when they came out?
Didn't want to take the pin, quote unquote, allegedly.
Which is, it's smart. Because
originally this match was supposed to be an elimination triple.
Yep.
And then the day of, they were like, nah. You know why? Because Bobby and Sheldon was like, I'm not gonna let these nerds pin me.
Yeah, like, especially because they wanted to do FTR with the belts for Cope, and them, and like, that was a no. I don't want to see that.
Which, I mean, if you look at who wins the match, honestly, like, it proves that that particular feud doesn't need a title.
It doesn't.
So theoretically, Hurt could have kept it. Spoiler, but they don't. But Hurt could have kept it. Yeah, I feel like the biggest flag is the fact that Hurt wasn't. I don't even think they were in the O2 arena anymore when the pin happened. They were nowhere to be found. They were not in the arena. Like, they were.
Yeah, they got beat.
They were out
because
they fought off. They fought off, and then the people that they fought off with came back just so that we got a reveal, which kind of got messed up because the camera switched.
Fucking dorks.
This is why we need production meetings. But it's just weird.
It was, but people, they're throwing all sorts of shit at Hurt. I was like, bro, Hurt shouldn't lose to anybody like that. They don't lose, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. And it didn't make any sense for them to lose to either one of those teams. Like, they've been dogging fucking Jet Speed for like 6 fucking weeks. I don't believe FTR can go toe to toe with Hurt. That don't look good at all. And I agree with the idea of Brodito, but the thing is, like, now we got Bandito holding 2 belts, which is cool, but we don't want to do that. And I'm always gonna rock with Brody because Brody's fucking dope. But at some point, what are we doing? Like, are we waiting for Buddy? Is Brody going to singles push? Like, we got to figure it out. And I think this is one of the ways to kind of figure it out is keep him in the tag team while Buddy heals up and whatnot. And Brodito gets a huge fucking pop. People love that fucking team. They got cool fucking merch. Like, both of them look great, character wise. So it's gonna work. They love a good babyface in AEW.
Honestly, I will say this. This was the best decision of the show. And I say that in the sense that as long as I've been watching AEW, usually when someone is super, super popular, such as Brodito has been in only just the last few weeks, they don't pull the trigger. Like, when Swerve had that shit, when like he broke into Hangman's house, that was his most, like, he was peak hot, and they still waited like another 2 months for him to win the title. Like, he had a title match, then he lost it, and they're like, you know what? Actually, we should put it on him. Same thing that happened with the Private Party. Like, oh, they like, we finally want them to win. They fight the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks beat them, and then we have to do another step just to have a second match. Then Private Party wins, and the same thing happened to another team. Like, it's happened a lot. So the Acclaim is someone else I'm thinking of. So I appreciate that Tony or TK pulled the trigger when it was like, oh no, this group right now is peak hot. Like, people are starting to super fuck with it. It's only been 2-3 weeks, but we are liking it. Let's put it on them.
He did the same with Hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hurt is a little different, and it's a little different in the sense based on what you were already saying and what DT was already saying, where it's like, like when you look at this roster and this is not, it doesn't matter if it's ex WWE guys or whatever. Like, if you look at these roster, those Shelton and Bob look like superstars. They look like they carry themselves and they look like superstars. And like they get cheers. So that's kind of why they're tweeners, because it's like, yeah, they're supposed to be heels, but they're beating people's ass, and to the point where everyone, doesn't matter what city they're in, what country they're in, we're training, we hurt people. Like they're damn near faces. Like, honestly, they should be faces. And that's just based off their popularity, but that's also based off the way they carry themselves, and it's because they're not letting some random, they're not letting themselves get pinned by a no offense to this person, but Karate Kid. They're not letting. I'm not going to let Karate Kid pin Bobby at all, because like that messes up his mystique. It messes up the aura. Like it just changes things. So like, it's one of those pros and cons things where it's like, yeah, like it makes it seem like, oh, these people don't want to do jobs, they don't want to work, but it's like, also we're talking about people who've been in this business for a long time. They've been in also multiple different companies, like both Bobby and Shelton. They've been in New Japan. They both were in TNA. They were in WWE. They've been in a lot of places, and they know like how to protect their character. Like, no, they're not going to just job to some rant. Like, again, no shade, but like, no, Bobby's not going to job to an Orange Cassidy. He's not, and that's no shade. But he's like, this is like, no, I can't. Like, how does that make my character look if I lose to this dude who puts his hand in his pockets, or how does my character look to a dude like Speedball?
To do it without story implications, like
that as well.
When it comes to them, it's like, they want to do it the right way. They want to do it for storyline. They want to program. They want a 4 to 12 week like something to happen for it to make sense, right? And we have seen with like the build up of Brodito that Tony just put them together and it just stuck. That's not a good build enough for y'all to beat the Hurt Syndicate. Like, that's not at all. But what is a good build up is what happened, which was Ricochet. Right?
And Gates of Agony, or what are they called?
Gates of Agony.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So with Ricochet and like the whole thing where he got punked out by the Hurt last year or whatever, it's still a thread of something that happened 8 months ago. That's a story that we can build on. Did that story need the belts? No, because we don't want to see Gates of Agony as tag team champions, and cool. But that's something that we can now venture into, which they did this week, where MVP came out and hit Ricochet with the cane today. So like they're building up a program. Bobby and them don't really necessarily, I don't think they care about losing. I think they just care about, does it make sense? Like, is this the correct way to go about us losing the belts? If you just want us to lose the belts just to lose it, then we don't need them. We'll just do this fucking storyline without the fucking belts. Like, that's how I look at it. Because I think it's that, like, we'll see.
I think it's both. I think what you just said is both. Like, it's not like, I think they do care about losing, but I think they care about it making sense. Like, again, like, from what we knew about Bobby, just even in his last couple years in WWE, like, no, he's not going to just job to some random person. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not taking a pin. Again, no shade, but like, I can't imagine.
Meaningless pin. It's just meaningless.
It's not even meaningless. It's just, it depends on the character too. Like, I can see MJF pinning Bobby. Sure. I can maybe even see Hangman. But like a Speedball? No, I can't. I cannot see Speedball beating Bobby Lashley in like, whether it's the real world or whether it's just wrestling. Like, well, yeah, they both know how to fight, but I cannot see that happening.
When
we're talking about someone who's like, it's like Tozawa beating
Bobby, literally
beating Bobby or beating Voldemort. You want Tozawa to beat BL?
Right. But like, we just had this week where Darby beat Claudio in that extreme match, right? There's things that has to happen, like story implication to make it feel okay, right? But
Claudio isn't the same physique as a Bobby Lashley, which is similar to a Brock Lesnar or a Big Show or a Kane.
Still, like, it's one of the strongest motherfuckers that we know, right?
Right, but
he's
also
still a bigger individual who lost to Darby. What I'm
his
saying
only
is
accolade is
to make more sense.
Right?
Did he lose clean?
It wasn't a street fight or elimination or like a table. So technically no, because there was weapons involved. But he did get pinned 1, 2, 3.
But okay, but even
it's not Darby's first time beating Claudio either. And also Claudio isn't the same physique as a he's not built like a Claudio's built amazing. He's strongest, easily one of the strongest wrestlers ever that I've seen. I watched him catch Big E from a top rope move. but he's not like if you did a fucking like side by side, you have Claudio standing next to Bobby Lashley. Like they look they look different.
Purpose wasn't physique though. It was just more so like, does this make sense? Like,
right, but physique makes like it adds to wrestling. Like that's part of like that's one of the reasons like you have like
yeah, but you care more about story than physique. That's what I'm saying here.
right, but in wrestling all of it is combined. Like we're both right, but I'm just saying like it's like all of it's combined. Like you don't have like a Tajiri beat a Big Show without there actually being a story or like something has to be implicated. Like Rey Mysterio didn't beat the Great Khali just because Rey Mysterio was Rey Mysterio's. Like it had to have like there had to be like story. Like it had like stuff had to actually super happen.
If something super happened with Speedball and Bobby to where we had an 8-month program or whatever to where it made sense for Speedball to go over, I don't think Bobby would have an issue with that because we have an 8-month program that's been building to this moment. That's the overall purpose of this conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Getting out of that though, yes, Hurt lost. Brodito gets the tag belts. Programs happening with Hurt and Ricochet and Gates of Agony currently right now. We don't know who's lined up next for the tag team titles yet. We have not seen anything. And then FTR, of course, is going to do some shit with Cope and Christian.
Honestly, this is a chance for a reset because we haven't seen Private Party since they lost to Hurt Syndicate.
I don't think they're signed.
No, they're not signed.
I thought Private Party was like free agents. I thought they were. The last time we heard about them was like they were trying to figure out where they were going to go, which was going to either be NXT or re-sign with AEW.
The last thing I saw was homie Mark looking buff as hell in the workout.
He
picture.
Was fucking swole.
But even then, like that's still not the only tag team. Like the Guns got hurt, which is why like Juice is doing his own thing. But like there's still other tag teams. Like now it's a time to have like a nice like soft reset. Granted,
definitely for a heel team.
Yeah,
which is kind of fucked up because I already have a heels teams like going around, but you need a heel team to go against Brodito. So
yeah,
it's probably gonna be somebody from the Callis family, like at some point. We'll see.
It's like 30.
Just for time here, let's just bust through this real quick.
It's fine. We missed a week. They'll listen to the episode.
That's funny because talk about Callis family. We did see like the Swerve and Okada match, which was good match. It sets up the injury angle for Swerve where Okada was targeting the knee the entire match, hit him with the chair so that Swerve can, go take his vacation or break or recover surgery. But
which
also
he had like literally the next day, and it was successful. He posted a picture of it.
I guess the story for here is that post match, as we're doing the injury angle for Swerve, where they stick his knee inside the steel steps and he gets smashed through and whatnot. Wardlow returns. So we got the return of Wardlow, and he joins the Callis family, adding another motherfucker to the Callis family here. And we haven't seen Wardlow in a while. I think
almost
we talked about him was he did the American Ninja Warrior. I think was that or American Gladiators was the show.
Yeah,
he was doing.
Same reason why Miz was gone, and Camille is also part of the show.
Yeah.
But Wardlow has been gone. He was gone even before that show was even ever announced.
Yeah.
He left. He's been gone for almost a year.
Yeah, apparently with the knee injury, that's what they have been saying. That's what the reports have also been mentioning, that he was battling, just re-injuring the knee. So that happened there. Shout out to Swerve. He's one of the current pillars that's going to be off TV for a while. MJF versus Hangman was, go ahead.
I was going to say self-named pillar. He called himself a pillar.
That's true. I mean, I'll take a I'll say it. I'll take a self-made pillar over Sammy. So I'll live with that.
Oh yeah, no, Sammy.
I'll live with this. I'll take Swerve as self-made pillar over. Okay.
Which isn't like not accurate actually. He's one of their biggest baby faces.
Yeah, at some point they got to revisit that whole pillar conversation, but neither here nor there. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Championship match. We didn't talk about it the week before, but this was definitely a dumb setup that they had to retcon. And Hero asked for the retcon, and they did. They retconned it in a very weird and non-traditional way, but it happened.
No, it's very traditional because I honestly I wanted to ask. We didn't get the record. And I might just ask you guys real quick. So this gets retcon because MJF he essentially kidnaps Mark Briscoe, threatens to set him on fire, and like he has gates to agony, like pours gasoline on him. So my original question is, and I know we don't talk about NXT a lot, but would you rather be attacked in the NXT parking lot, or would you rather be kidnapped in AEW? And the reason I ask this is because in 2025 there has been a kidnapping almost once a month, if not twice a month. Like there's a kidnapping almost all the time. So would you rather get your ass whooped
in a body bag and
that too?
Pause. That's something crazy. Trucked off.
But you don't have to answer that question. Honestly, that's a fan question, I guess.
Yeah, imagine getting put in a body bag and get jacked off. It's crazy. That's fucking wild.
Clip it.
That's fucking crazy.
That's tough.
Yeah, we do see people get put in body bags and taken away.
Abducted. I think we should say abducted as opposed to kidnapped. Yes.
If Vince was running it, yeah, it's abducted. But no, these niggas is being kidnapped, bro.
They're not kids.
If Vince was running, they'd be jacked off. But
you don't need to be a kid to be kidnapped.
That was a bar. Clip it. we could just put them two together. That'd be the clip of the month. Just put them two together.
Oh fuck!
Send them both. I'll edit that.
Oh god, that's funny. Yeah. So the match had a weird stipulations to it, and then even post match, Tony says that from now on you have to put in like a week's notice before you can just cash in, quote unquote.
That's stupid.
Okay, wait. All right, yeah, no, I feel like this is bearing the lead. Like, how do we feel about that? Okay, let's just talk about it now. How do we feel about? Because like I watched I heard the press conference, like, and he's like, yeah, we want to do something different. I just want to copy the formula, yada yada. And so like the new thing is whoever wins this contract, which this was no, we talked about this. This is way more than the third. But anyway, whoever wins this contract now have to cash it in a week in advance, like, because he wants to promote the title, all this other stuff. Like, how do we just quick? DT already said it's dumb. I think it's kind of dumb only because I feel like the best part of the Money in the Bank is heels cashing in willy nilly. But also, a part of me also agrees is like, yeah, I want you guys to do something different. Jay, how do you feel about it?
Same thing. I think we've already had questions about this contract for a while. Like, how the fuck does it work? Is it a cash in? Is it not a cash in? I think setting off clear boundaries kind of sets it up for future, so that way, it works. Differentiating yourself from the Money in the Bank cash in, which is great. That's cool. It does take away the surprise element, though, which I think is one of the best parts about the contracts or the Money in the Bank things in wrestling. But to set borderline rules is great because at least we know as followers and people who are watching the program what to expect. Yeah. Now we can kind of predict, he may like cash in on this week, or say he's going to challenge this week. It brings things to be more like in pocket instead of like, when the hell will Christian cash in? And now we got to wait until the fucking Mox Colt match, which makes no fucking sense. And now I think about it, that man ruined a title opportunity for him. Why is he your partner? But here nor there. It's okay. Like whatever works for Tony, I guess. Like it's cool, but I do like the surprise element. You don't get the ruse of the century. Right. But also differentiate yourself from WWE and how your cash-ins work. Great.
It allows you, like, and this is no shade, but like we know that their views isn't the same as it used to be a year ago or the year before that. Like, so like when he was like, "Yo, it helps create integrity for the championship. It helps us promote all this other like yada yada." Like, I do see that that aspect where it's like, all right, like if you're a casual Dynamite fan, which it's like like, oh, MJF is going to cash in next week. I gotta see what might happen, or whoever. But like, so like, I understand that aspect to where it's like it's going to. If I know for a fact that this person is going like this title match is going to happen, it's going to make you want to see the title match. I'm indifferent. I'm on the fence. I just want to see where you guys were at. But it seems like we're all on the same page for the most part.
Challenging for it, interesting, because we have seen the AEW to where like you can lose the contract, like you can lose a match and then it goes to somebody else. I also think that can create interesting storylines, because let's say like, oh, MJF says, oh, I want to cash in next week, but then Briscoe's like, oh, I want to challenge you for that, and then now next week we have Briscoe versus Hangman, which could convolute stories, but it brings some kind of elements of surprise, I guess, that can still be played with. But yeah, it's whatever.
What I would like to see, just sitting here, and it's literally just popped in my mind, is instead of like, if you're gonna do a week's notice or whatever the case, if I'm a heel, what I would start doing is cash in or sign the contract the same day that the person that has a belt already has a championship. So whoever wins, I'm directly after that match, we're gonna have a match. That'd be like so it's not a triple threat, or it's not like the match just ended and then the music pops and somebody. No. You just, whoever won, y'all just got through beating the shit out of each other. All right, now you finna go another 30 minutes with me.
Oh, okay, wait. So just so I understand, and maybe audience also. So let's say Jay and we have a match this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But you already know so Jay and I have this match this Sunday, but the Monday prior you're like, hey, I'm gonna cash in on that Sunday also. So it's like, as a fan, you kind of know it's either going to happen before or after the Jay match, but like there is still like you could still make a surprise element. Okay,
yeah, I like that.
I smell what you cooking.
The card is built out. They put the first card out.
We're a week away from the show.
You got six matches on that motherfucker. Well, I come up and I'm like, it's gonna be a seventh match. It's gonna be a seventh match that night, and I'm cashing in that night. So even if you win, or whoever wins after y'all just wrestled for 30, 45 minutes, you now have to see me for the next 30 minutes, and then that's going to determine who wins for the night. So you still have you do the week's notice, but you still have the element of like, damn, like, okay, now I got to prepare to do two matches in one night. So like Hangman, for instance, he would go up against, I'm gonna just throw two names together, he would go up against Swerve, and then immediately after, if he won, he would go up against MJF. Like that same night.
But that's some heel shit. I like that. That's like you mentioned. That's some heel shit. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. I feel like there's only so many times you could do that though, but it is still a cool concept of like how you pitched it. Like, that is still cool.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I did like the match. I thought the match was good. I think MJF had a pretty solid match here. We all knew Hangman was going to win. I didn't like the finish, but I understand the finish. Because of the match with MJF and Briscoe, MJF won the same way against Briscoe. You kind of had to replicate the same thing here, that he wasn't going to win by the ref, missing the leg. That's something that was planted in our heads weeks ago. Yeah, it's the same way he beat Briscoe. So when I saw it happen, I was like, oh, I know what they're doing. However, I might be on the hero train, where these refs are just a little out of control here.
Yeah, I think that's not Rick Knox. I think that was Brian something. He pisses me off. And to go off, all right, he has his hand up. Just real quick, you know what? Actually, DT go.
How the fuck can the ref count to three, be at the angle, not see the leg go up, count to three, some shit happens, but then the ref knows that MJF has the ring on his hand when he's coming to attack, and he just turns around and stops it?
Wrestling.
No,
No.
nigga.
No. No. And on top of that, like
No.
when he does his count, he turns 90 degrees every single time. We get a finish. What pisses me off is it's very similar to when the Jericho and Bandito thing,
Yeah.
where it's like we gotta finish. No, and this one's a little more.
different.
It's a little more egregious though. Like
It
we
is.
gotta finish, right? Then that's when we get Briscoe come out. Briscoe comes out, like he fights a couple agents or whatever. It's been 2 minutes. It's been a solid 2 minutes, which is a song nowadays. Like this is an Ice Spice song length right now. So we have a whole Ice Spice song going on. Then the referee notices that homie's foot is on the rope. The match has already been decided 2 minutes ago. Now we're gonna restart the match? It was done. If I'm MJF,
back off the mic. You're bleeding a little bit.
I'm sorry. I was starting to get passionate.
Yeah, I was like,
it's been 2 minutes. The match is over, nigga. Like I won.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I didn't like that part.
What do you mean you finally saw his foot on the rope? It reminds me of what we talked about during the. I don't think that episode actually came out, but it reminds me of what we talked about with the Jericho and Bandito match, where it's like it was over, and it's like, oh, his parent, like his mom and sister, all of a sudden, like, but you didn't see his rope, and it's like, the ref doesn't even speak Spanish. But that's a whole other conversation.
That's right.
Anyway, that upset me. Like I'm like, why? Like it was overbooked. Like we didn't need you didn't need that part.
You didn't need Mark Briscoe. You could have put the leg on the rope and just had the ref see that the leg was on the rope, kind of thing. That way the ref caught it this time instead of not catching it. Like that could have been the callback. Like, oh, he caught the leg on the rope, and we didn't need to have Mark Briscoe come back or come down. Mark should have came out after the match and fucked with MJF if we wanted to. Like that would have made more sense. Anywho,
or Mark comes out and tells the ref, "Yo, his leg was on the rope."
I think that's what they were doing, but that's happened in the ring. Yeah.
It didn't translate because Mark comes out and he fights a couple agents, and then he gets taken out before the referee even notices Hangman's foot is on the rope.
It was like somebody, like you play a game, you skip the cutscene. It was like you were starting the cutscene of like the story implement. You're like, I don't feel like watching it, and you missed out on what was actually about to happen, which was Mark pointing in the ring like, "Hey, his leg was on the rope."
And all of a sudden, you're in a boss fight, and you're like, "What?"
You're in a boss fight. That's exactly what happened. And you just skipped the cutscene. Now we're in the fight. Yeah,
that happened when I played.
Definitely should have. Definitely, we could have done without that. But the wrestling inside the ring was great. Finish, just meh.
The match was too long. This shit was 31 minutes. It didn't need 31.
MJF was 31.
MJF and Hangman was 31 minutes.
I told you. I thought it was the last match of the show, and then I stopped it and I looked. I was like, "Oh shit! There's a whole nother hour." Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, no."
Speaking of the whole hour, DT did his best. He did watch 80% of the show. I respect him for that. Clap it up for DT.
85.
85%. He did not make it to the Lights Out, which was this was the most tamest Lights Out match I've ever seen. And I would like to credit having two New Japan talent in there who were not going to take them text or bleed. You got them highly fucked up. It was not going to go down like that. In this Lights Out match, unsanctioned match, we have Golden Lovers, so Ibushi, Kenny, we have Will Ospreay, and then we have
Darby and Tanahashi.
Yeah, it was Tanahashi. Yeah,
it was Tanahashi, right?
And it was Tanahashi, and then Death Riders with the Bucks. Minus
Wheeler, but add
Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Once again, these matches are just fun. Like, I don't really look at the cage matches as like this wasn't a 5-star crazy spectacle to me. Like, it was a good match, but it wasn't.
Meltzer gave it 5 stars.
I would have been like a cool 3.75 maybe, And there was a lot that happened in this match. I like beforehand where the Bucks is asking for like dangerous weapons, which kind of sets up a spot later on that we get here. which is also tying into the Bucks not having any money in their broke angle or just being disrespected. We got some spots here. We got Darby being powerbombed on a ladder, just being
wait, real quick. So the angle that you're talking about, because Booker T apparently hated it. Oh, jeez, my bad, you guys. Here, let me turn my volume down.
Yeah, you've been in my ear all night, nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Pause.
I have a comeback, but it is what it is.
That also sounds crazy.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. The fuck was my point now?
You were talking about the production, the Booker T hating the spot,
right? You were talking about the gummy bears thing, right?
Yeah.
So
the gummy bear was cool. I didn't like
it.
Oh, there was gummy bears in the match.
It was supposed to be taxed. It was a comedy spot. If I'm not mistaken, though, that was set up in the pre-show, though, right? Or am I tripping?
No, I thought that was. I don't know if it was before the match or in the pre-show. I remember watching it though. I just don't know where I watched it at.
All right, that was my only question because, like, I remember I could have sworn it was in the pre-show, but then, like, I saw Ricochet defend the spot on Twitter, and like he explained the whole thing. But in my mind, I was like, I thought that was pre-show. So then, if that was the case, then a lot of people might not have seen that. So, because like the whole spot was like the Young Bucks were like, they were talking to production people, like, we want tax in this, and then like when the match happens, they go to the bag, they think it's tax, but it's actually gummy bears, which threw some people off. No, yeah, like it is funny, but you would have to see the beginning to know it was funny. And so my question was that beginning during the pre-show or was it actually during the regular show? I don't remember, so that was my question, but.
Just because I can't remember if anything actually happened before the entrances, I'll just say it probably was pre-show. But I do remember them talking to production. I remember watching the show, and I just don't know when, but I'm pretty sure it's pre-show.
Right.
Which a lot of people may have missed. Fair. But was a comedy spot, was a funny spot here. We get some solid moves. Once again, V-trigger combos, which is great. Darby takes the fucking dive off the top of the cage into like the stacked fucking tables. Dope spots from Darby. Like, just typical shit that Darby would do. Tanahashi gets the win here, or gets the pin, which solidifies like his fucking like his last match in London, I believe. And the story, this is where shit kind of stirs up here. Because as the baby faces get the win, everybody's happy moment. Will Ospreay's waving to the fans. This is the send-off for Will Ospreay, both literally and figuratively. Death Riders close the fucking cage and send Ospreay to pasture. Completely dog this motherfucker out.
Damn, I kind of want to watch that.
Multiple chair shots. The chair wrapped around the neck from Claudio. The issue is there are Death Riders climbing the cage to get in. There are no baby faces climbing the cage to get in. Nobody came in to save Ospreay. Kota Ibushi did one great roll into the cage to try to break in, but did not climb the cage. So we just watched Death Riders just climb the cage, jump in, take the man out, and that was it. It then took, I believe the Ops came out and got into the cage and, got the Death Riders out of there. But, yeah. I was looking for like, hey, why are you guys not climbing the cage here? Why is nobody? And I guess it makes for dramatic effect, but logically, it just doesn't make any sense.
Nope. Okay, look, real quick. I wanted to say this before the episode started, just to give suspense, but I think this was one of the, as far as 2025 goes, I think this is the worst pay-per-view ending that we've gotten from AEW. And
pay-per-view ending?
Yes.
You
absolutely.
mean you?
I will put this over the
Mox?
Yes.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Absolutely.
Over Cope and Mox, that's kind of crazy.
I will give you 3 reasons whenever you guys are ready.
Go for it.
All right. So, one of the reasons you already said. So, you make the baby faces look stupid as hell. All the heels are able to climb the cage. None of the baby faces are able to climb the cage for whatever reason. One of those baby faces, just so we know, just by the way, climbed Mount Everest not that long ago. So you can climb Mount Everest, but you can't climb this cage that actually Darby climbed that cage in the match before. He climbed the cage. You made the baby.
Was Darby up by then? Cause I don't know. Darby took the spot where he was out. Was Darby up by then?
By the time the match is over and Will Ospreay gets attacked, all the baby faces are up.
I gotta check that.
All the baby faces are up.
Because I don't know if Darby was up, but
Darby,
nevertheless, somebody else should have climbed the cage.
Darby was up. None of the baby faces climb the cage. We see Marina, who's not even in the match. She climbs the cage. Willa Yuta climbs the cage. All the heels climb the cage, but the baby faces can't climb the cage. And you have Kota Ibushi, who is injury prone-ish, at least the last couple of years. You have him beating up the cage like it's a video game. Like it's just like that the part of the cage is going to disappear. He does a running like shoulder tackle into it. You could have threw out his shoulder. What are you doing here? The other two reasons is we get like the ending of the match, like you said. It's an injury angle for Will Ospreay. We don't need an injury angle because we know Will Ospreay is leaving. He says in a promo, "I'm about to get surgery. Like this is my last match. I'm doing a lights out match because I can't get cleared to do anything else." So if we know that this talent is going to get surgery, we don't have to write him off for an ankle injury. There's zero reason to do that. And on top of that, the babyfaces win. This is Ospreay's hometown. He should have gotten the pin. It would have made the most. Like even if he would have kept them still beating the shit out of Ospreay, it would have still made more sense if Ospreay got the pin because he's the hometown hero. That's his home match. You have Tanahashi, who this is maybe his second time ever wrestling in Dynamite or on AEW like television. He doesn't need the win. So my three reasons is Will should have got the pin. We did not need the injury angle because we know that this talent is about to leave. He said to us that he's going to leave after this match. So you don't need the injury angle. And the third thing is you made the baby faces look dumb as shit. None of them can climb the cage. All the heels climb the cage.
I watched. So that's what. I might put the full match on YouTube, by the way, so I can send it.
So that's why I think it's the worst ending. I'm not saying the show is bad. I'm just saying like the ending is not good because like everyone was already sick of the Death Riders. Like it's almost been a full year for the Death Riders. We've already been tired of it, and you have them end on top again.
Yep. So
that's my take.
Here's the breakdown, or just how I think shit's happening. One, Tanahashi gets the pin because he's on the retirement tour. This is it for him. Also, Will, in his way, has a lot of history in New Japan, right? If you talk to Will, you know if they ask him who's going to have the pin between him or Tanahashi, you know Will gave it to Tanahashi. Easily. We just know that. Also, could they be potentially saving Ospreay's main event pin in 02 for when he wins the championship? Probably. It's a possibility that they could do that. Do I think it's smart? But it could happen. Third, Ospreay's going to need somebody to go after when he comes back. You're going to set up Mox versus Ospreay. That's going to be their thing. I do agree with the sentiment of it does make the babyface look stupid because he's just getting like fucking dogged out. And also, none of these baby faces retaliated to the Death Riders except for Darby. Kenny came out, but Kenny came out with Hangman this week against Don Callis. He did not come out against the Death Riders. So take that how you will. So yeah, while I do hear the frustration, and it was a very peculiar ending. This is just AEW. It's like I wish I could tell you that it's going to make sense. It probably won't, but it is what it is. You wanted an injury angle. You wanted a way to make the fans who are watching in the O2 have some emotional depth to it. You took out their babyface. Now they're pissed off at the Death Riders. So when they do come back to O2 and do Mox versus Ospreay, and I think they're going back in December.
Right.
to build up even
Won't.
more. So like he
Ospreay
won't be
won't be
back
back.
then,
No,
but
he
Mox
won't
will
be
be
back.
there. So you'll see some more Death
Mm.
Rider shit so that they can build up to O2 again next year, which will be Ospreay winning the world title, hopefully by that point.
Right, but that's also assuming Mox has the title again. Like in a
No.
perfect world,
I think that match
in a-
happens before. I think Mox and
okay.
Ospreay happened before him getting the title.
Okay, yeah, but then that's also further delaying Will from like Will's getting. You're gonna have to say the word for me. He has two herniated.
Oh,
Jay, say the word for me.
herniated.
Disc for me. He has two. He has two of them. He has two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did this crazy ass cage match, right?
Yep.
He's gonna be out for at least a year. 9 months and some
8
change,
months.
as
8
Naomi would
months.
say. 8 months. I mean, we got to. It depends on how he heals. I mean, they eat beans for breakfast. We don't know what that's about. So then, kayfabe wise, then like he's going to return to beef with Mox. Hopefully, Mox doesn't have the title from them. So it's
No.
by then. So then essentially, it's further preventing Will from having his title. Like in a perfect world, or at least in in hindsight, Will could have had this title a year ago, and this could have been like the time he lost it, like this show, or like. And again, it's like it's all hindsight. It's all like that's so Raven, like predicting the futures that we can't predict. But like you're just further putting one of your biggest baby faces. You're still keeping him away from like a arms way length away from this title for like no real reason. Which is
doing
just
that. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, and again, and that's when we go to where like we talked about this with Bryan Danielson. Like at some point, TK got to tell niggas no.
Yeah.
Like no, like I need and same with Darby. Like bro, like I need you to hold this for a little bit, bro. You can wait. Like I don't know, but yeah, that was my thing. I don't think this was a bad pay per view overall. I just think the ending was really bad in the sense where it's like you took the air out of the whole room. Like yeah, sure, you want to like make things dramatic, but Ospreay already crying as far as like maybe like we don't know like the future of his return. Like we don't know how this next surgery is going to go. It could be it reminds me kind of like what Kevin Owens has been saying. Like we don't. Yeah, he had a successful surgery. Which shout out because we didn't put that in the news. Kevin Owens finally had a successful surgery, but he still doesn't know if he's going to return. Similar to Big E.
Shout out to whoever was reaching out to Ospreay about neck surgeries. He said he had some messages from some WWE people to give him some recommendations and whatnot. So whatever he's going through is pretty significant as well. So
yeah, because again, they're all friends. The tribalism is only on the internet. You guys, again, they're all friends. I don't know. I felt like this was the wrong time to have another Death Riders are on top ending, which is why I'm going to put it over the Cope thing because. We don't know. Like, there's a very slim chance that could have been Ospreay's real last match. It's slim. It's very slim. I don't think it was, but there's a slim chance. We didn't need him to like lose. He should have got the pin. It didn't. Like Tanahashi getting that pin does nothing for him. He's not in this company regularly. Like honestly, I think this is like second time ever working for AEW.
But you know, like how politics and like partnerships work.
Yeah,
it's like an eye for an eye. Like I gave you this moment, and we know that within Japanese culture, like shit like that is looked at as like very like meaningful and shit. So like, yeah. I get it. Feel like he should not have had the pin, but
I just feel like Ospreay should have took the pin. Just
like
because he had the cool entrance, like obviously like everyone hugged him.
Wife. Yeah, that shit was tight.
Like to me, this should have had a babyface ending. Like Ospreay should have got the pin. Niggas should have cried. You hug in the ring. He says goodbye to everybody solo, and then you can do a backstage segment where Death Riders attack Darby or some bullshit. I don't know. That's just my take. I just think the ending was just I don't know.
Would you have took the ending had, let's say, the cage raised up and everybody had walked away and he's doing his babyface moment and then Death Riders attacked him? Or did the babyfaces not be able to like climb the cage and make it so much worse?
It made it so much worse because it makes the superheroes look stupid. Like the good guys are supposed to be smart. Like you're supposed to be smart. We saw this. We saw Will Yuta, who wasn't in the match, and Marina Shafir, who was not in the match, climb this cage. One of the baby faces on this team climbed a mountain that kills people. You're telling me you can't
And
climb this
also
fucking
climb
cage?
the cage in the match.
And climb the cage early in the match, and you can't climb it again to save Will Ospreay, who is also one of the biggest baby faces. You guys just like they just look so stupefied. Like, oh, how do we get in? Like, bro, like they could climb it. They did.
And yeah, it would also have been different had like half the Death Riders stayed outside and they were fighting the baby faces to where it's like, oh, it makes sense because they're preoccupied fighting. Cool. But it's so much worse when it's like 6 Death Riders climb the cage and y'all just sitting like, well, goddamn, he get his ass whooped in there.
Well, how did they do that? I can't even fathom. How did
somebody get a lock on this? Somebody get the key for this lock on this door. Like, what the hell is going? Like, yeah, I'm watching it back and it's funny because they just looking at like, oh damn,
they look so stupefied.
Is putting paws on Ospreay in this and like in this part, bro. They were fucking him up.
He ate so many DDTs. He ate so many DDTs before even the chair stopped. Bro, they sent him to the just
like, damn, we can't get in that cage.
Like, what do we do?
Can I even touch this? Climb this motherfucker. Meanwhile, Ospreay eating DDTs and get a chair stomped on his goddamn neck. And then we see the ops come out who are like, bro, climb the cage. And then you realize that Will Hobbs is big as fuck. And he's like, I'm not climbing this shit. He starts to climb it, but then feels how like the structural integrity might not be able to support his big ass. And so he goes to the goddamn like table and like, hey, tell him to raise the goddamn cage. And so they end up raising the cage and then ops come out and do their shit. But overall, looking back at it, it's funny as fuck. It's a bad ending.
It is wild, man. It just makes it just makes them look so dumb.
But
it just makes them look so stupid.
Emotional death. I see what they're doing here. And when he comes back to the O2, it will be a babyface moment because he'll be returning from an injury. So they're setting up for the big moments. You know, everybody in pro wrestling wants to capture a moment. It's going to be a moment when he goes to the O2 and it's the babyface win. So we'll see how that works out. But it's time to go. Time to get out of here. We're going to overstate our pod welcome. Talked a little bit too long. Men got jacked off in body bags.
They love us.
Okay. We'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been real. Actually, the next one should be Clash in Paris. Is that
wait.
Next up?
Can we buy 5 more minutes?
Sure.
Just a quick prediction?
I guess we can do that.
Quick predictions, just real quick. I had it. Wait, hold on. I had to pull it up. All right.
Clash in Paris, which by far has the worst fucking WWE theme ever. I dislike the artwork. The Van Gogh interpretation.
That's hate.
I dislike it.
Oh, dude, I love the art. I don't know what the theme song is, but I love the art.
No theme, like the art theme. I love
the art theme. Bro, you got to go to the Van Gogh thing at OMSI. I feel like you would appreciate it.
The nigga was clinically insane. He chopped his ear off, and now never mind. All right, let's go.
Most artists. All right, so in no order. Okay, so all right, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. How we feeling? That's supposed to be the opener.
Roman Reigns.
Right. Okay. Did you?
I don't see if Roman takes a pin from Bronson Reed. I'd come here with a shoe to follow. Like I'll wear it for a month if that happens.
Well, get ready to wear a shoe to follow.
You think Bronson Reed's gonna get the pin on Roman?
You got to establish Bronson as a true monster, and he hasn't been a true monster since Braun Strowman. So
no, he's been since he's tsunami Seth, and Seth was bleeding.
So
I think that moment made him look great.
Yeah. So should Roman win? Yeah, but
I'm gonna go with a mix. I think Roman wins, but I think it ends with Bronson coming on top because Roman.
God damn.
Pause. Then we know Roman's about to go start filming soon, so he has to be written off because everyone needs to be written off. Just say, "Hey, yo!" Like, what am I saying? That's suspect.
I'm still reacting to what you said from a second ago, buddy.
All right, I'll suck a glizzy. You want me to keep saying weird shit? All right. Anyway, so all right, all right.
The fuck is
So
going
there's
on here?
nothing. All right. So there's that. Sheamus versus Rusev in a Donnybrook match.
I don't
Do
care.
not care.
It's like
Pick a winner.
they could both lose.
The bathroom at that time. That's the winner of the match.
That's the bathroom. Yeah. All right. I will pick Sheamus then. Fine. All right. We got the tag team Street Profits versus Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis of the Wyatt family.
Street Profits lose. Fallout between Dawkins and Montez Ford in the coming weeks.
Yes. And on top of that fallout, somebody's going to be predicting this match because somebody's going to get jumped by 4 other fucking spooky niggas. And it's going to be like, where was you at? Nigga, I was getting jumped. And that's how we're going to see, like, you know, the split happen.
Maybe, probably. But if you're watching Montez's Instagram posts, which people should
They
be
are
watching,
good.
they're
And greatly
very good.
produced.
But the side of him that he's trying to keep inside is getting sick and tired of losing, and
Ooh.
I think that is what's going to cause him to act out against Dawkins.
And it shouldn't be Dawkins' fault. I don't like the idea of the split up because
It shouldn't
it's
be.
going to make it look like Dawkins is going to be like the weak link, and that's not the case. And we've talked about this
No.
numerous times.
Yeah, no, he's way past the Marty Jannetty. No. Like he's not going to be
What
left
do we do
behind.
with his character? What does a singles run for Dawkins look like?
That's why I'm very pro not them. I don't want them to turn on each other. I'd rather them split up from a draft. That way they can always come back. Like I'm sick of tag team people always turning on each other just to come back like 5 years later. Like DX turned on each other like 80 times just to come. Like they could just split them up.
Can they capitalize on the heel turn? Like we seen New Day have the biggest one. We didn't have any follow through with that. Like I don't want to run the risk of doing that with Street Profits because New Day can survive. Street Profits split and we don't get any payoff. I don't know if we can survive that or they can survive that. So we got to be careful what we ask for here.
All right, just quick booking. I say you split them up via draft. You turn Montez heel. You keep Dawkins face, and then eventually he gets another tag team partner until you believe that he can have his own solo run. But Montez is obviously the person that everyone wants to have a solo run. He can go heel or face. He's charismatic either way. I do not want them to see them turn. I personally do not want to see them turn on each other. I'd rather them just be split. One goes to Raw, one goes to SmackDown. It is what it is. I'll see you at the Rumble, my nigga.
All right, next match.
Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella, IC title.
You can look, but you can't touch this title. Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky retains, and apparently Brie is in France, so we'll see what happens. Because as of right now, Becky has no allies, so I don't see what's going to set up a possible tag match. But yeah, all the rumors I've seen says Brie is in France. But yeah, DT.
The man.
Is there any match on here that gets you excited? Pause. That sounds crazy.
I can't remember
the Fatal
card. 4-Way. Yeah,
There's 2 more matches. So the last 2 matches, which is honestly so I'll do this, the Fatal 4-Way, because honestly I think John and Logan might main event only because we might see Brock.
We might see Yellow Diamonds look like PP.
We might see Yellow Diamonds look. All right, so we got the Fatal 4-Way: Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight.
Is this for the belt or not for the belt?
This is for the world title.
We know how it's going to end.
And that's the issue. We know how it's going to end, but we're not excited for what may happen. For WWE, yes, we know how it ends, but it should be something inside the match that lets us know, like, hey, even though Seth is going to win, watch out for this because this may be the case. We just don't have the umph in like these matches anymore. That feels weird, bro. Like,
no, it's just they're gonna have Braun Breaker come out, spear niggas.
It's the same shit you see on Raw.
Yeah. I slightly disagree. Because we know Bronson's going to open. So assuming Roman wins, Bronson's going to be quote unquote hurt, right? So then that's only Braun to help. This might be the time where we get a new member, which that would make it more exciting and unpredictable.
But would that make sense?
If that happens,
we haven't seen anybody like around and like
we didn't know Bronson Reed was going to join.
But would it make sense? Like who joins this? And like, oh damn, that makes a lot of sense.
Ilya? Anybody? I don't know. We didn't expect Bronson Reed to show up at Saturday Night Main Event.
Ilya's like Breaker's like number one op. Like that's a guy I expect to be like
he's Gunther's number one op. He's Breaker's like number two though for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like
I'm just saying
where is the excitement, nigga? Like what is it? John Cena, Logan Paul is the excitement? For us or for you two?
Did you see the promo? John Cena's been cooking him 2 weeks in a row.
If it's on SmackDown, I did not tune into SmackDown at all. I told you that. I haven't been watching SmackDown since. It's been like 3 weeks.
John Cena's been really back in his bag. And yeah, I expect John Cena to win, but like Logan hasn't had a bad match. John Cena's playing face again, so his match, this should be a good match. Like, this should be a good match.
These niggas better pick it the fuck up. That's all I know. I want to see a great like PLE, and it says a lot when the greatest PLE is the women's match or women's show. I don't think any PLE this year tops Evolution.
I'm not going to argue.
I don't think so.
I like Evolution, so I won't argue that as of right now.
Pick it the fuck up, WWE. I'm trying to see some shit, man. I want to be like sports entertained, and I haven't been sports entertained. I've just been sports. And it's a rerun of the shit I've been seeing week after week after week.
Well, when you have PLE every month or every month and a half, because you're trying to keep the lights on for UFC, it's kind of hard to write good stories.
I mean, they've always had a PLE once a month. Sometimes now it's twice, but they've always had at least one.
They just feel like they don't have any like character or soul to them anymore. Like. They don't feel.
I don't remember a PLE a month. So, but again, hey, I've only been consistently rewatching since 22. So I could be wrong, but it maybe once every 2 months. But like,
no, there's a PLE every month.
I just said
it has been every month.
Okay, listen, a nigga could be wrong. Niggas be wrong all the time. I'm just saying it don't feel like shit popping.
It could be connectivity to where, like, okay, if Cena's last match was the Cody match, which was a great match, by the way, to pivot that into Logan Paul when we seen who he was supposed to fight, it's like just the up and down roller coaster of that. Like, we were expecting to see him versus him at this PLE, but we're saving that for another PLE. So now I got to tune into this for potentially we might see him, which follows up for, WrestlePalooza. Like, give me the direct, like, ramifications afterwards.
It's a side quest, but we know it's not going to be a bad.
I'm tired.
Logan has not had a. Logan has, but yeah, I'm sick of Logan Paul's character.
But these side quests.
No, I agree with that. But has he had a bad match though? And then John Cena's since he's been face again, he has not had a bad match either. Like,
where does Logan Paul fit on the John Cena retirement tour?
They were just tag team. See, you didn't watch the last 2 weeks of the promo. You just watch the promos.
Hypothetically, like when we talk about John Cena's retirement run, nowhere in this do we say Logan Paul.
No, but theoretically, or I wouldn't say theoretically, but like we should have, because honestly, Logan Paul's fought almost every single person he's had a guest of on his podcast. Besides Undertaker and Dom, he's fought every single person who's been a podcast or a guest on his podcast.
And Tiffany Stratton.
And Tiffany Stratton. Well, yeah. So like we kind of like we could have seen this coming. We didn't see it, but we could have seen this coming if we would have just paid attention.
That's fair. All right. Well, to get to pick a winner of the World Heavyweight, it's good. I would assume Seth. Yeah. I don't know who eats the pin here. I don't
Jay.
I don't want it to be LA Knight.
It's probably gonna be Jay.
I hate the fact that it'd be Jay, but you know, it is what it is.
You can't keep having. Sorry, go ahead.
Punk.
Go ahead. You good?
Oh no, I was gonna say for Cena and Logan, it's Cena, of course. But if it's Cena, if it's a Cena that we got against Cody, I expect that we would have a pretty solid match. So hopefully, it's that version of Cena, and I'll be good.
I will suggest this real quick. Yeah, just listen to this last SmackDown promo and the one before. Like him and Logan have been. It's been some really good promo battles. It's been some really good promo battles.
Can promos translate? I guess they can. I don't know. I was gonna ask like, can promos translate to like great ring energy? And I would say yes, because we saw like Drew and Punk have an amazing situation with that. I don't know. We'll see. Very hesitant on this match, but we'll see.
It'll be a great match. I'm sure they've rehearsed it a bunch of times. John Cena's gonna call it, so there won't be any missed spots.
True.
You'll be fine. It'll be entertaining. It's a showcase, so just look at it like that. Showcase John Cena on his way out.
Fair. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, people. It's been real. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Too sweet.
Believe in the wave. Believe in the wave.